Yeah. Well, good evening, jammers, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Jams and Cocktails live podcast. I'm Brad Brock, and I'm joined in the lounge by the exquisite Miss Jordan Taylor. Hello. And, of course, local legend, Deal James.
Clear hands. Peace. Hard eyes.
Brutal.
Well, if you're joining us live on Facebook, which none of you are because Facebook trashed us this particular evening, or YouTube, be sure to follow us and smash that subscribe button. Otherwise, give us a follow on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Tonight, of course, we'll be catching up with Deal James, and we'll check in with the Jordy Files. We'll get our midweek motivation. We'll play a round of Name That Tune, debut this week's, and it's a good one, National Day video, and more. But first, let's get this party started with our cocktail of the week.
Lord knows we need it.
Lord knows we need it.
Did you just make that video right now?
Just now.
That's not what I saw, because there's a little plastic cup in front of me, bro. What's going on, man?
True. Well, you guys, this week's cocktail of the week is inspired by it being National Grand Marnier Day, or Mariner Day, or Marnier Day, however you pronounce it. It is Grand Marnier Day. Marnier. Mm-hmm. All right, good. I'm glad I could talk.
Yes.
Now that we've established that.
We.
I originally had another shot in mind, but this seemed a little bit more fitting for the day. This is Alice in Wonderland. It is just a quick mix of Southern Comfort, Amaretto, and Grand Marnier. And
so we're following the white rabbit.
So we're following the white rabbit.
Is that what happens?
Is happening. Yep. Yes, right down the rabbit hole of Facebook.
Yes.
Teal, great to have you here, man.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
You guys are so awesome.
And
Thank
cheers
you.
for you guys
Yes,
making the switch over to YouTube with us tonight.
Oh,
That was actually pretty good.
that was pretty delicious.
It reminds me of something.
Oh, yes.
It reminds me of like a candy. I can't put-
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
like a...
I don't want to say licorice, because that's pretty simple. That's kind of a...
No. It's it's almost like a Tootsie Roll, but
Oh,
some other
yeah.
kind of Tootsie Roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, quite fun.
Try it yourselves
That was
and let
pretty
us know.
good. Yeah,
So good, he lost his glasses.
so good. I lost my glasses.
So good.
Well, no, I have to admit, last night in the middle of the evening,
Mhm.
I sprung to life out of bed
We had an
because
episode.
something was like stabbing me in the eye. And I can only imagine that it was like a
Jordan.
Yeah.
it was,
I know, he
it was
moved too
Jordan.
quickly.
I can only
I
imagine
couldn't
that it was
finish.
Jordan.
I could only imagine that it was like an eyelash or something, but it was like impaling my eye, and it's like 2:30 in the morning. And
What kind of pillow do you have?
A Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, like a memory
Thing.
foam pillow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Maybe you had one of your grandma's old flower pillow.
yeah.
or the
Feather
pillow.
pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have exceptionally long eyelashes, and
They're beautiful.
thank you. Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
noticing.
I'll take it. I'll take it when I can get it.
Yes.
So yeah, I get up, man, and I could feel it in my eye, and I'm like splashing water, and meanwhile she's like, what is going on?
He has every light on. Like,
She's like, hey, I'm trying to sleep.
I was like, is it morning time?
Could
What's
you handle yourself, please?
Can you go in the other bathroom? You're blinding me.
Guys, it was so bad. Finally,
I
I
felt
got
like he
it.
was up forever too, like hours. I was like, what is happening?
I finally got it to like where it wasn't like stabbing me. I rinsed it out and whatever and went back to sleep, but it's still there, very like, and every so often, like if
So you're like Michael Jordan with the flu, Game 6 right now, is what you're saying. You're
of.
just really pushing through with this.
the booze helps. I will admit that. But
Do you think
anyway.
it's like a reaction from the allergy pill? Like it has the opposite effect on you, like most things? It gave you an eye allergy?
Yes.
maybe?
No, I don't.
Facebook gave him an eye allergy first.
Facebook tonight gave me an eye twitch. Like, let's just put that out there.
Oh, that was good.
Which is shameless plug.
And,
You should just switch to Twitch. Because that's what
Ooh.
everybody else is doing anyways, right? Or I don't know about everybody else. I'm not really up to date on on the
live
streaming
trends.
But I mean, it is they're a heavy hitter in the game.
Yeah, no, we've dabbled in streaming over there. We didn't get a whole lot of traction, but that was much earlier on. I have not revisited, mainly because
it's a long game, and whichever channel you're going to be on. I mean, you're playing the long game no matter what,
for sure.
So
here we are now on YouTube exclusively this evening. Thanks, Facebook.
Yeah.
I feel now we're gonna get banned when I re-upload this video to Facebook.
Little jabs here and there.
Well, you have to quit your job if you want to move on and grow.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's just a side of your job you're just gonna quit, right? Like,
for sure.
I'm not playing that gig anymore.
Never again.
Yeah, like they say in Tommy Boy, you're either growing or you're dying. There ain't no third direction.
Exactly. Brilliant.
Thank you.
The third direction, huh?
I believe you.
Yes.
I'm with you.
It was, profound.
Anyway, well, we're gonna dive right into it, you guys. Our guest tonight perhaps needs no introduction, even though we've given him one, to local music lovers across the Treasure Coast. But again, here it is anyway. He's a singer-songwriter and guitar virtuoso. He's made waves in the scene with his solo work, collaborating with different groups and artists around the area. His local supergroup, the Jedi Magic Carousel, and tonight he is back in town with a brand new EP, and he's hanging out with us in the legendary JNC Lounge. Check out Deal James. Gotta go on those shirts.
Just too bad to be good. Oh, you told me, man. I would have brought you on. Lining my dog tree right now. Oh, that was the hottest day ever, dude. Phil Aldis took that photo. That was the macaroni and cheese festival that day.
We did come and see you.
You did come and see me at that one. So did my. No, I think you guys were the only ones that came to see us that day.
It was hot as crap.
It was hot. It was gray outside. It was kind of a.
I remember.
It was a lot of fun. They had the Pink Floyd laser show.
That's right.
In the evening of that day.
Yep. I remember at that macaroni festival in Tradition, the ground was so saturated that everywhere you stepped, you just like smushed into mud.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It was pretty Florida.
Yeah, that's about as Florida as
so
you could get.
wetlandy.
Yeah,
it was pretty Florida.
Unbelievable.
I miss Florida stuff. That was pretty Florida.
Yeah, that kind of stuff's definitely not happening out in Arizona.
No, that is never happening. My dog doesn't understand what to do when the sky cries. She's like, "What is any?" I took her to the ocean today, and it was the most awful experience for her.
Oh no,
it was pretty awesome though to watch her. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh man. Well, Deal, we're glad to have you here, man. You have a brand new EP out, and I have to say the name because I think it's brilliant. I love it. Guest Rooms and Foldy Chairs.
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit about that record and how the title came to be.
Well, I kind of the times when I feel the best creatively is really when I stop thinking about anyone else or everything else, and I really just kind of shut up and listen to my guts. And I do, there's a part of every artist that wants to be taken seriously, but then I kind of just don't care also.
Right.
I like to be fun. I like to have fun, and I like to be funny, and it's not even for anybody else. I just thought it was funny. And honestly, I recorded each one over quarantine last year in a different room every time. Like almost every song is recorded in somebody else's room at somebody else's time because I was supposed to move to New York.
Right.
So I was staying with family in Queen Creek, Arizona. I was staying with my cousin, and I did 2 of those songs in his guest room and with his daughter. His 9-year-old daughter is in one of the videos that you'll show later. That's my cousin Mira, and she plays guitar now too, and she helped me. She helped me as in I would keep playing my keyboard until she didn't say it sucked. You know what I mean? It was kind of like this little game we were playing, but I recorded 2 of those in there. I recorded 2 of them at a friend's house just when I was crashing there, and I recorded another one at this other house I was staying at in Cave Creek. I'm a master of the creeks in
all
Arizona.
The creeks, up
all
the
creeks,
creek, down the creek.
Her Majesty's Creek and the Caves Creek. I've got all of those on lock.
Creek.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek. I probably could record there too if I wanted. Sign me up. I'm there. But I thought it was funny. And it kind of works. So it's funny. What's really cool about that photo is that me and my friend Odium, who's a really creative dude in Cave Creek. I asked him, I said, let's just go take pictures. I said, I really don't care, bro. Like I just kind of threw a lot of this together and it was a lot of fun. It was like really therapeutic to just do these songs. And I just wanted to like kind of rediscover like having fun again. Cause I haven't really released anything since the Afterglow, which was
right. That was quite
like
a bit of
5
time
years
ago
or something like that. So I was like, I just want to have fun. And that was my purpose in doing it. And then I said, let's just take some photos. And he took some really good photos. I've been putting them on Instagram. But then he's like, what's the name of this thing? And I literally thought of it maybe 20 minutes before he asked me that question. No, I was just like, I'm gonna call it Guest Rooms and Foldy Chairs because I don't give a fuck. You know, I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. And then he said, why did you? He literally said to me, he's from New York and he's very upfront. That's the word that we'll use. He's very upfront. And he said, why did you waste my time today? I said, well, you know, I didn't ask to waste your time. That wasn't like my goal. He's like, dude, check out all these photos I have of that. And it's the photo. If you want to show the photo of the cover and the back, he literally had the perfect photos for that title. And then we were able to make it, work as an EP cover. So it was really kind of funny because he looked at me. So that's the back. And so
we'll pull up the front a little bit later.
It's a pool.
Brilliant. And he said, why did you waste my time?
He's like, why'd you waste my time making me take pictures of you? That makes no sense when the title is of this. And so the front of it is like a couple lawn chairs at like a little cottage. And then it really, and everyone I sent it to, I have like a little circle of people that I will kind of like, it's not even that I'm really listening to them as much as like I can tell what is right or wrong about it by the reaction.
Sure.
You know, it's almost like with some people, if they like it, you're like, okay, I'm on the wrong track. You know what I mean? And it's not like, I'm not saying I have friends like that, but I'm saying, when you show people stuff, how they react, you're like, okay, I'm going to go here now. I'm going to go there now. And that's kind of just what happened with that. But it was really funny because the aesthetic of it, all my friends really enjoyed it. And honestly, I've gotten more positive feedback from my musician friends on this than I have in other ones, which is, as a musician,
right, sure.
when your homies that play like it, you're like, oh, okay, so like this is good, right?
It's good. I'm on the right track.
It makes it. Then you go back in time like I should have spent more time on it. Then I guess if they liked it that much. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. My sister, who is she is one of the people that I will send music to, and if she hates it, I know I'm on the right track. I know I'm coming up with some kind of good pop tune, and she hates it, and I go, okay, now this will probably sell. This is
a winner.
Me and my sister used to be like that when I was a kid, when we were like in high school and stuff. But now, like when she likes my shit, I'm just like, okay, we're on. Like this is real. Hannah likes it. She likes what I did. She said it didn't suck. Like I'm on the right track here.
Awesome.
Literally.
It's good to have people like that to bounce the.
I think everybody needs it. I mean, I still think you should listen to yourself first.
Sure.
You really should. It should be in your instinct and your creativity, and it should be unadulterated by other people. But you kind of want to gauge because at the end of the day, I think really if you want to sell your music, if you want your music to reach a larger audience, you do have to check in.
Well, yeah.
Like who is going to like it?
Well, that's it. It's good. It's almost like focus grouping your music
exactly
with people that you trust.
Like maybe I'm not going to sell it to everyone, but I do need to know who am I going to sell it to.
You got to know your target audience.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Oh man. Well, we're definitely going to dive a little bit into the record. We'll listen to some music, which is very cool that we're going to get to do that today, and we'll look at some videos. But you are in town here for a little bit of time. So
10 whole days.
10 whole days.
10 whole days, man.
And you're playing some shows. So tell us, where's the first place that we can go see Deal James perform?
So I've been horrible at answering this, but I think I got it, bro. I think I got it.
If you don't, Todd and Laura from TC Nightlife were kind enough to send me all of your dates here. So
I think they only have the dates, unless they looked at my calendar, got all of the dates, because they only maybe looking at the dates that I go through a certain agent. But
I'm pretty sure that
well, hang on, let's do a little true or false action here. Why don't you tell me what they had done said, and I'll tell you if it is correct. How about that?
All right, I'm in.
Okay.
What is? Oh, here we go. Are you you got like a Monopoly board there?
Well, hey man, we had a lot of time because Facebook
true.
was cramping our
That's
style.
so true.
You know what I'm saying? Look, Hannah, I do art too. Sup?
Beautiful.
Sup? That's a
gorgeous.
picture frame. Done and done.
All right, so here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 dates on this list.
That's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
a 10-day stay, I'd
For a
say.
10-day stay. Yeah, that's a lot, way more for a vacation than.
Now, the very first date on this list from TC Nightlife is tomorrow.
Ooh.
Tomorrow afternoon, nice and early.
Very good.
So I can't get you too liquored up tonight.
Very good. Very good. I'm a professional. Sorry, Mom. It's all good.
What is
I'm
very
on
early
vacation.
in musician
I'm on
world?
vacation. Yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
telling
I'm
you.
different, man.
Like
I've always
3 p.m.
I wake up at like 7 every day, no matter what.
a.m.
PM.
I'm like up, dude.
Oh
I just
my
can't.
God.
I'm like my brain is like I'm ready. I'm going.
I'm up pretty early most days.
Yeah.
Too,
If I got a late night, then I'll take a nap. But I'll wake up every day. It is. I'm playing at Blue Point Grill, so that's true. They did a good job. That is true. Hell yeah.
Oh, I see what the board
Hell
means
yeah,
now.
that's true. At Blue Point Grill, which has been dubbed amongst the ones that play there as Bro Point.
Bro Point.
From 12 to 3.
And now, let me tell you, I played there. I just played there on Monday afternoon in
Right
the same
on, bro.
Tame.
same time slot, and it's fun, man. I actually have a good time in that early afternoon spot if it's not raining.
Yeah.
I got pretty doused.
Oh, I bet.
But
Yeah.
nice. It's a great spot. You'll love it.
Okay, cool.
Very cool.
Sweet.
And then the next night, you are at one of our favorite places.
Oh, yes.
At the sneakiest.
I already know this is true. I already know they got that one on lock.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually went there last night. I stopped in there. I had dinner with Brian Lamar of Raincat Recordings to catch up. And then he's a little grandpa now, and he wanted to go to bed. And I was like, hey, man, I'm on vacation. I was like, I'm going out.
Still ready
so
to party.
I went to Sneaky Tiki, and I saw Johnny Depp. And just to talk to him, he's the sweetest guy. And he sounds good. You know, he's just cool, and he's so sweet, and it was just really good to see him. And he said my name on the microphone, and like 5 people came out of like nowhere to say hi. And it's like, you know, when you see people that you know, but it's like, man, I mean, yeah, I know you, but I can't remember.
All of a sudden, those terms of endearment coming.
Oh my God.
Man,
yeah, exactly.
bro,
Yeah,
hey, girl.
exactly. Yeah. And you
Yeah.
just don't want to be rude. And it's like, but I know them. Like, I know things about them. Like there's some of them I know he was in the military, and this dude, you know, bought a new house. Like, I remember these things from years ago, but I can't remember the name.
Right.
Oh, that's kind of fun though.
Yep.
Have little.
It's like, I know that
visitors.
you're cool with your mom, but I don't remember your name.
Yep.
You know, I was like, I feel like I should get some credit. You know,
Yeah, I think that's extra. I think that's brownie points.
don't remember your name, bro, but I know that you're doing okay.
Yeah,
You should be proud.
I know
know-
all about your life though.
Exactly.
It's not weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have bullet points, but the name is not one of them.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're there from 7 to 10
Uh-huh.
on Friday night. It's awesome, man. We love the Sneaky Tiki. And then the very next, man, you got a full schedule here, brother.
I only know how to do it one way.
Yeah.
100%. Or
And
not
then-
at all. Or stay home.
And
Get
then
it in.
Saturday evening, you are in Stewart at Ocean Republic.
Also true. They're killing it. I guess I should stop second guessing them. So is that the old Stewart Ale House?
It is.
Is that where people used to go and get partied down all night with DJs and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. That was
Okay,
where
cool.
they used to have Tanked Tuesday.
Oh my God,
Tank
Tank Tuesday. So when
Tuesday.
I first moved here, Tank Tuesday, I would go there with a dude named Sam. He was from Scotland. And he was a server at Manatee Island. That was my first gig whenever I first got here.
The one in Salerno?
Mm-hmm. And he would
that's
take me
right.
to
I remember
Tank
us
Tuesday,
talking about
and
that,
I would
yeah.
just make so many like single serving friends. Like from like Fight Club, you remember when he calls them that? Like single serving friends.
Right,
I would just
right.
meet so many people. And then I remember when I met Brian and Jeff and like Nick Caputo and Ryan Owens, they were like, how do you know all these people? And I was like, Salerno and Tanked Tuesday.
Yeah,
You just
Tanked
go into the
Tuesday.
spot and like you just say hello and start everyone. It was just that was a party.
Dude, that place is a fucking nightmare.
Oh man.
I used to work at Duffy's in downtown Stewart, right across from Sneaky Tiki, actually. And man, we used to like get off of work, close that whole store down, and run over to Tank Tuesday. and do just that. You could get like pictures, I think, of like blue Long Islands or whatever, and it was a disaster.
Shit show for that time is very, very accurate. But you know what? It didn't always feel like that, but man, it was a party.
It was
awesome.
Yeah, but so now it is the Ocean Republic.
So is
Brewing.
the vibe the same? Am I walking into that? Is that
I'm not
what's
gonna lie,
happening?
buddy. I've not.
Yeah, we have not been there. We've driven by. It looks nice.
It looks really
and
nice.
I've heard they have really good food.
Uh-huh.
I heard the beers are like, average because
As a brewery?
as a brewery, they're just kind of like, meh, but the food
Right
is
on.
really good and it
Glowing
looks really
review
nice.
for
yeah.
them.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to like shit talk, but
Well, she's giving a review that's not firsthand, so.
yes, no, I've never been there, but it looks nice.
We'll
the
go
road.
on Saturday, and then you
Okay,
can
and
find
then I
out.
can go,
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
There you go.
And then,
I don't think there's a bad beer though. Is there a bad beer?
Oh, there are plenty of bad beers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited.
There's bad bitches. I don't know.
Plenty
about
of
that.
bad
I don't know.
bitches
It's not a
too.
Tuesday. It's a Saturday. We don't know what it's going to be
Take
like.
Saturday.
Well, I'm excited. Because honestly, my cover set now, having played in Scottsdale for the last couple years, like I'm either on before a DJ or after a DJ. So after like the first couple months, I was like, nobody wants to hear me stop. I'm kind of like you like that. I remember the first time I saw you, I was like, dude, he's just like me, man. He just doesn't stop.
Just rolls through it.
And I remember my one thought process was, they can never not clap for me if I don't ever stop.
That is a great thought process.
Not saying that like I'm like yearning for claps or like I'm trying to get them to applaud me or anything like that, but I'm just saying when a dude stops and nobody claps, it's awful for everybody.
Yeah.
Because then the people who aren't clapping or the people who are hearing other people not clap, they're just like, oh, do I give them some?
Yeah,
And
do
it's
you give
just
a
like-
light? Do you
it's
go
like-
all in?
But if I only play 6 songs at a time, then they're gonna know like, man, I should clap for that guy. Like, you know,
right, he has not stopped.
he is not stop. You're really working hard.
It's
up there.
awkward too when it's the opposite way as a viewer or fan, and then you want to clap and you kind of clap, but then they don't stop, and you're like, oh, okay, we'll hang on to that.
Well, it's a thin line, and I get a lot
of
of that too. A lot of the people that come to my guests are like, I really want to clap for you. I'm like, yeah, you're the only one.
yeah, right.
Okay,
You gotta
dude,
save it.
Fucking, get like 10 more of you.
But who says that?
And then I'll find
everyone.
it.
Like, who says that? I really want to clap for you, but I really want to crap for you.
Right on. I mean,
I hope
know
no
some
one.
people that you can do that for.
Todd did chime in on YouTube, and he said it's a totally different vibe there now. So,
At Ocean.
Okay,
at
cool.
Ocean.
Well, I don't know yet. I mean, I like to party, so I mean, that other vibe was fine. I was kind of ready to get them. I was kind of ready.
You're ready to live down the
I was
Tuesday.
ready. Well, I was ready to dominate them. That's what I was ready to do. But it's fine.
So moving through this list on Sunday, you and Joe,
Sweet Butter Joe. Mm-hmm.
Are at Vine and Barley and Stewart. Now, is this for their open mic, or you actually?
No,
you
that's
guys
the
just
4 to
performing?
7 on Sunday. That's me and
cool.
him. Yeah. No,
Awesome.
I'm really excited for that. And he's so sweet. He's so excited. He's just like, amongst the business aspect of it, when it comes to playing with me, I feel from what he's telling me, that part has nothing to do with it. He's like, I just really want to play with you, bro. And I'm talking
good.
about money. You know what I mean? He's just like, the money doesn't matter. I was like, I'm going to get you your money, man. It's fine. But he's like, I just really, really, really want to play with. And I miss playing with all of them. Playing with all of them was such a huge high every time. And it was so much work. And, really a lot of that work, Zaza always helped me on. He was really right there making the posters and helping me book and just helping me do so much on the day-to-day basis. It really wasn't any fun until we played. But man, when we did play, it was incredible. Yeah. So to play with Joe, it's going to be awesome. When Zaza comes to Phoenix, when he comes and plays with me, it's incredible. And to play, I think we're playing a trio the next week at Sailfish, right? From 7 to 10 the next Friday, and Tommy's playing drums and Joe's playing, and then we're also playing the Crafty Keg and Stewart the next night from 9 to midnight.
That's fucking cool.
So it's really exciting to just jam with them, and it's really cool for me because I don't have to change anything for them. They'll just do it.
Yeah.
I got to play with sometimes I play with people and they're like, well, what are you gonna do? I don't have to change anything. I don't have to do anything. I just play.
They are.
Yeah.
And it's
they're
awesome.
your quintessential. Like hired guns.
Yeah.
You just give them an outline or some vague blueprint, and they are on their way.
Yeah.
Which is cool. We are going to come out to that Sailfish show.
Okay, cool.
That is next Friday night.
It's really exciting, man. They're just awesome. And Tommy's definitely the only drummer I never tried to assassinate. Whether it was like in the studio or at a gig or anything like that. He's always just played just exactly what you need when you need it. And also any kind of room, we'd be in a restaurant with 6 guys playing, funk rock, and he was never ever the problem. And it's so easy for the drummer to be the problem.
Well, sure, of course.
Immediately. The minute they crack that snare, it's just like, hey guys, what's going on?
Wake up.
Never the problem. Which is a huge talent. I mean, that's incredible to be able to do that. It was always really.
Well, he's a wildly talented guy anyway. You are also playing at Taco Tiki on Monday.
Yep. I went there the other night. Got rained on. Went there for the tacos. That's where me and Brian had dinner. Got rained on.
Yep. That's definitely a place to get rained on.
Does it happen a lot?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, always.
So it's
I
just
feel like
happen.
when I played there, I would say probably at least half of the times that I played, I got rained out, which was fine.
Right on.
And then we talked about Sailfish.
But it seemed cool.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Being there. Yeah.
I played there when I was playing there. It was before they had that nice little bandstand, so I was just kind of playing under like a little roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't super cool, but
all right, right on.
And then you're rounding out your week next week at the Crafty Keg, as you mentioned, and that's with the trio as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, Todd and Laura, you guys nailed it.
Nailed it.
Very true. The entire time was true. They did it. They nailed it. They nailed it.
Good. I had no doubt. And thank you guys for sending that list over. Well, now that we've gone through all that, let's talk about some of the guys that you're playing with. Sweet Butter Joe, man, he was our guest on our show just I guess a couple months ago. Now I feel like time is
maybe
speed.
It might have been weeks.
Right.
Yeah,
might have been weeks.
Something
might have been
last week.
Could have been.
Maybe. It's been at least a month.
Might have been last week.
Yeah. Could have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He has such an incredible solo show. And he's just wildly talented.
Oh, yeah. He blew our minds.
Right. Yeah, we were sitting in here just like goo goo gaga.
That Masego song he does. I'm so glad he did that one.
Yeah.
The Tadao.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay. It's like a neo soul. It's one of his. It's a neo soul Masego, and I think their video. I don't know if their video is them tracking it live, but I mean, it really seems like if they didn't track it live, it's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
But that video, that song, yeah, he nails it. He's great, man.
Yeah,
he's always been. He went to New York and was a director for a theater play one time. Just like messed around and did that. You know what I mean? Just went up there and was like, hey, I'm kind of bored. I think I'll be the director of this thing.
One fine day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he opened with My Pony saxophone version, and I was like, shut the fuck.
Nice.
Genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him,
I was
man.
like, that is awesome.
And I think he's getting a couple more gigs, but now he's selling houses too.
Yeah.
So he's slaying it.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of him, man. It was really nice to get him finally in the studio and get to chat with him a little bit.
Yeah, he's a delight.
Know him a little better.
He is.
So yeah, let's talk about gigging in general, man. COVID put the kibosh on so much of what we as entertainers were trying to do, and outside of entertainment, just being songwriters, just putting together records. It really dismantled all of our plans. Yeah. And, for me, I took it as an opportunity to kind of reevaluate that momentum.
Of course.
And so I kind of slowed my roll and decided to put more focus into podcasting and producing and things like that.
And it looks great, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But you had just made that move over to Phoenix, or you'd been there maybe a year.
It was a year.
So you were still kind of getting your feet wet there. And
well, the biggest, as far as gigs go, it really is such a grind. From an energy standpoint, it is such a grind to. Now, granted, I play the songs I play, and I play because I love it, and I do this because when you really strip everything away and you ask yourself, why do you do it like this? It's because essentially my first priority is, one, I want to do something I love. And two, I want to be my own boss. I don't want anyone to tell me nothing, and gigging like this is a full-time, I will always make money and no one can tell me what to do. Right. And that's really important to me, I just don't want anyone to tell me what to do.
Amen.
But it's such a grind energetically because rooms are so different every single night. And when you are doing something like this for a job, the creative side is, for me creatively, night after night, for my money, it is like, how can I turn people's heads?
Right.
How can I put this cover into that cover? And then how can I sneak in an original? And, it's not really soulless or soul crushing or anything like other people say. I don't think so, because like, in my opinion, all my shit sounds like me anyways.
Right.
Like, it really does. Like, when I'm covering these songs, it
Right,
sounds
your
like
take on it.
like I wrote it.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And it was somebody else wrote the words and the melody and all the cool parts. No, I'm just joking. But like, it sounds like me anyways. But the hard part is energetically other people. You just get nights where they're about it and when they're not. It doesn't matter if you're in a corner or not. Like, it just matters like when the energy of the room isn't, symbiotic with like an exciting or like a connection. It just gets to be hard.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's just hard. And honestly, when you want to make money doing this, you can, but you literally are playing 7 times in 5 days.
Right.
That's how you make money. Is
That's
you
it,
say
man.
yes to every single bit and you do it twice on the weekends.
Yeah.
And you're going and you're just trying to pimp yourself out every night for as many, cash dollar bills or Venmo dollar bills as you can get.
For sure.
And so it just gets, it just gets really hard. And I think last year when quarantine hit, whether at that time I had decided if I was going to bail on New York or not, I was like, I'm going to write music. Like, no one's going to tell me what to do. I can spend all day. I can wake up with a dumbass idea, have a decent idea by noon, and then, hang out with I was staying with my cousins. I was like, I can eat junk food all day and watch ESPN, which I never got to do. But then they canceled basketball. So I was like, okay, so this is pointless. And then get to flesh out a real idea by 4 or 5 and then eat dinner and then like actually have the energy to spend all night doing it.
Right.
So Trick Yourself, the first one on there, I did that in that literal exact order. Like, I just tried to, my first goal was like, just finish something. Just do anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it sucks. Just get something done, And then so I'm in there and I bought a Roland JDXI because I wanted a tiny MIDI board that I could still unplug and play analog whenever I wanted to, just to jam on. And it also just so happened. So I told my cousin, this dude's my best friend. I call, I'm living with him. He's on the couch. I called him. No, I'm just joking. So I'm right next to him. And I'm like, dude, all right, I'm going to go buy a $100 MIDI board. I'll be right back. Like just a little Axios or little,
a Kai or
just any of them. I'm just going to go spend $100 and grab one. I'll be right back. So
don't go anywhere.
2 hours go by and he's like, hey dude, like, you want me to throw this food in the fridge or what? And I like literally never stopped playing with this Roland JDXI for like 2.5 hours because it had keyboards, bass synths, analog synths, and then brass, and then effects, and then you could manipulate it. You could change the wave patterns, and then it had a drum machine on it, and then there was a 16-button sequencer. So I was just like, and obviously, anytime you find something cool, it is not $100. It was like $450.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like about to move to New York, so it was a horrible purchase, but it was an awesome purchase because I came home and I didn't stop making beats, loops, and playing piano for like the next 3 days. That's all I was doing. And then it just came to a certain day and I was just like, all right, you need to just finish something because none of this is going to change. Me and Xander are on the phone every day. Me and Zaza are on the phone every day. Are we going to New York? Are we not going to New York? What are we doing? What are you doing? What do you think? What do you think? And I'm kind of insane. And my guts immediately said when everything crashed, my gut said immediately, like, don't go. And I felt horrible because it was kind of my idea to go.
Right.
And like, when we went up there for this Wolfpack concert at Madison Square Garden. And I looked at him, who his life was changing completely. He was going through a breakup and a bunch of things were changing. I looked at him. I was like, you need to come up here. I've moved like 5 times, man. I moved, twice when I was a kid and twice when I was a mid kid. And then I just left Florida. I was like, you need to move, bro. I've left a lot. I was like, you need this shit. But I felt bad because it was my idea. And then I was just like, but my guts are telling me not to go. And everything just went down like that. So like my only recourse of action to make anything useful, whatever I was going to do, was like, you just need to finish something.
Right.
So my little cousin Mira, who's a really good guitar player now, Mira Reese, she's coming. And she sat behind me, and she's a little artist like my sister. She just sit there and she'll just doodle, or she's like glued to the iPad. And I would just play stuff, and she'd be like, I like that. And I was like, okay. And I would just keep it. And I would just keep it. And then I do a little drum beat. She's like, I like that. I'm like, okay. So I'll just keep that. That's fine. And then I wrote Trick Yourself. And I did, man, the synth solo I did on that made me so happy. And I'm kind of sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know if this fits with the song like at all. Like, I'm not really sure. And then I sat back and I was like, you know what? That's not your voice, bro. That's some other motherfucker in your head trying to tell you not to do what's right for you.
The
you know
devil
what I mean?
on your shoulder, right?
I don't know if it's a devil. I think what happens to us as people, not even as an artist, as just everyday people, your parents' voices in your head, your boss's voice in your head, your rival buddy, his voice in your head. You know, an ex, their voices in your head. All these different things are just telling you, like, no, don't do that.
Right. It's just the manifestation of your own negative energy is these people.
That's not the way. You know, and you just have to really kind of, I mean, there's really no other way to put it besides, you know, just say, fuck that and get it out and ignore it. And it's like, what does your gut say? And man, so this is a really big deal for me. That synth solo, I was so proud of it myself personally. And then Max Patrick, whose new name is Noda, who's Zaza's little brother. All these new names, man.
I know.
You know,
it's all around.
Couldn't have been born with a cool name, guys. God. You know, couldn't have been born with the right name. Sorry. Noda, he texted me. He said, bro, your synth skills are dangerous. And I called Zaza immediately. And I was like, dude, your little brother just kind of just told me I was a shit, bro. Like, that's what he just said. And he's like, so are you quitting? Are we quit? Are we done? Do we have to do anything? I was like, I don't think so, man. I think I'm good. I think you want to come hang out. Like,
so funny.
I know you got more to do, but I don't, because your brother just said it's all good.
And that's the way. Well, why don't we play the video? Where
do that.
Is it your cousin?
My little cousin. She hops in there.
She hops in there and she makes a little bit of an appearance. Let me cue that up there. This is "Trick Yourself" from Deal James. Check it out.
Yay.
Why does it feel so good to reconnect the dots? Why do we always want to give it another shot? If it is what it looks like, then it is what it is. Sounds like the straw
Yeah, dude. Totally right on the synth break.
Yeah.
Fucking killer, dude.
Yeah, man. It was just a lot of fun to play. I've always liked playing other instruments. You know, I think I read in this book one time, I think it was called Effortless Mastery, which Jack Sheehan had told me to read, who used to play with Ryan a lot.
I was going to say, the name sounds incredibly familiar.
I believe a Ryan coined nickname for him was Strawberry Jackery. Was his name?
Ryan comes up with the best nicknames for
God,
people.
I know.
Everybody's got a great one.
And he read this book at Berkeley, and he would always tell me and Nick Caputo what books he was reading, because we were always like, yeah, we don't want to go to school, but like, what do you study? You know, so he would like tell us the books, and he would say, you know, he was a piano player, this dude in this book, and he would get like tunnel vision of, I'm a piano player, I play jazz piano, this is what I do, this is my life, this is who I am.
Right.
And then he's like, then he'd get behind a drum kit and he's just like, playing drums is the best thing ever. Why don't I play drums? And it's not because drums is all that much, even though playing drums is rad. It's not that playing drums is that much better than playing piano or anything. It's just that when your mind is so focused on one thing, all of a sudden it becomes painstaking. It becomes difficult. It's troublesome. It's like, it's infuriating when you're not progressing and like you no longer have gratitude of what you have done.
Right.
So then when you pick something else up and it sounds cool, then all of a sudden you're just like, holy shit, this is what I should be doing with my life. So when I got that little keyboard, it was just so inspirational to just like make little beats on there. And that song has a keyboard. The keyboard is the main, and then the synth, you know, and the bass line is a synth. Like, it's just a fat wobbly synth, you know, and it's just like fun, man. It's just like, why don't I want to do that? You know,
when you dropped Lemon Water, when you dropped that last year, kind of right around this time, I guess last year, almost an entire year ago, and I heard it, I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Oh, cool, man.
Seriously.
Right on, bro.
I was like, this is right up my alley of music that I listen to, that I put on to listen to.
Right.
You know, like I love the music that I play, and I love, you know, indie music and you know, real instruments, obviously, as a musician. But like, I love indie pop.
Yeah.
And I would say that this record is kind of in that indie pop vein.
That was kind of the goal. Like, you know,
so good.
You know, also for the same reason, I was like, you know what, I want to, and I was working at a studio in Phoenix. It was a private studio, which means he was a really rich enthusiast that had a bunch of stuff, and other people would come over there, and I didn't have a lot to do. And when I moved to a new place, my general mindset is to just say yes to everything.
Sure.
Just whatever anybody wants to do, just like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. So I would just go over there, and you know, my goal was, when I went in there, I said, you know, I just want to do something I'm proud of, you know. And then when I started this, I was just like, honestly, I just want to turn it on and I don't want to turn it off. Like, you know, like I want to start a song that I did and I just want to let it ride. And I don't want any point in time to be like, change this. And so that was kind of the goal. But for Lemon Water, that was really funny. So that I did on my baritone. Right.
Well, I remember the last time you were on the show with us, you busted it out. And you were jamming on it, and I thought it was such an interesting and cool instrument, and a very funky sound. And then of course Lemon Water came out, and it's all over that track.
Exactly, yeah.
And so has anything grown with that instrument with you? Do you play it live?
I don't play it live because when I would play it every night, if I had, I did play it with a couple drummers that I jammed with, and that was awesome. That's where it belongs. But I played it solo a couple times, and one owner of a place came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, like that sounds really cool, but I didn't hire you to play bass." And I was like, all right. And that was one of those moments where you're like, "What are you doing with what am I doing?"
Right.
You know, like what as an artist, like what am I doing? What am I doing here? You know what I mean? But yeah, so that actually with that song, I was at my cousin's house, and my adult, the father of the home, not my little cousin, my cousin Ben Daniel, the guy that owned the house, my big cousin. He's like my uncle, brother, father, cousin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like all these.
We all have one.
He's like all these different roles in my life, and he would just sit on the couch, and he's a pool developer, and he would just sit on his phone and like answer emails and be like, "Oh, that's nice." And that's it. Like I would just be doing it and like mixing it and recording, and be like, "It's cool, man. That's cool." You know?
So funny.
And it was so rad, man. And you know, I actually mixed. What would happen is I would try really hard to mix, and then I would send it to my buddy Aaron Howard, who's a singer-songwriter and a really killer dude. You should follow him on Instagram. The sweetest guy, and he would just send it home for me. He would either remix it for me, or he would be like, the only song on there he did not mix was a Bag Crackle, the disco about my dog.
Dude.
That's the only one
We'll
that
definitely
he did
have
not.
to get into that.
And that's kind of it's not a joke about the song. He told me, he was like, you nailed it. And I was like, shut the fuck up, man. That's the only one I nailed. That's the only one I did good at. And he said, yep. That's
funny as shit.
Which is hilarious. You know what I mean?
Little girl.
Yeah.
So good.
She sings her parts. If she was here, I don't know why I brought her. I didn't bring her. I'm very sorry. I felt like that really would have sent it home.
Yep.
But
Next time.
when you say little girl on those notes, which is like an F sharp, you bend it up. If you say it like that, she literally will sing her part.
That's so
Really?
funny.
And I've impressed people with that
Wow.
multiple times. They'd come to my house and I'd be like, little girl. And she'd be like, "Arr," and just like start whimpering and shit. And people are just like, shut up. And I was like, she knows her parts, dude. Like, she's a pro.
The
Yeah.
first
Knows how to do
time
it.
I
Trained her
heard that,
well.
the first time I heard that track was just after, I think it was Ryan Owens was here in the lounge with us. It was Ryan, it was Patty King, and it was
Yeah, he only
and
rolls.
Zaza
He
was
should have
here.
been a rapper. He only rolls like 10 deep.
Seriously,
all the time. You know?
Sweet Butter Joe had the same thing to say about him, but
Every time.
So we were after the show. We were just kind of hanging out, drinking, and playing music. And he was like, "You have to hear." We got on the subject of you, and we were like, "They were like, you have to hear this song." And we put it on, and I was like, "This is genius. This song is genius."
So I just did the track on there, Loser, which is, it doesn't really feel like a bummer, but obviously the content of it is kind of bummery. And I was just like, man, I really don't want to write. There's one sad song. I was like, I don't want to do it. And actually, I was working on this other song. So like at kind of in that same time frame, Black Lives Matter and the protests and everything was going on. And like, there's just no way, no matter what you believe from an empathetic standpoint, you weren't feeling
Sure.
just the vibration of the world,
Oh, man,
like in a horrible place, and you know, and
Shockwaves.
and the hate, and then the love, or like the support. All of it is just taxing. Even when there was good news, like it's just like, oh, that's a lot. You know what I mean? Like I need a nap.
Yeah.
And so like I wrote this song, and like it had a cool vibe, but it was also like, this is just so heavy and like sad, and like there's no way to write about anything that without being right on the nose about this. It's really hard not to be right on the nose about so much of it. And it's like, I don't really want to do that. And it's kind of a bummer. And like, so I get to my computer like noon one day, and I'm just like, all right, dude, let's try that. I tried mixing it. And I was like, this is fucking horrible. Like, it's awful. And like, no one's going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen to it. I'll turn it on. I turn it off. And I turn around. I was like, I need to write something happy. And I just looked at that fucking dog, man. And I was just like, little girl. And she said, hmm? And I was like, you know what, dude? I'm just going to go straight disco, like straight just kick all day Jamiroquai disco. And I was like, I'm just going to write a song about this fucking dog.
Well,
and it totally worked.
let's
So I sent it. I wasn't going to release it. I was not going to release that song. And I sent it to my sister, who played it in the office. So she was still kind of halfway working at a hotel. They were just like upkeeping it. And she played it for all them, and they would all send me videos of them dancing to it. And then I was like, all right, maybe there's something okay about this song. And then I sent it to these girls that I would work with in Cave Creek at a coffee shop, and they all just lost it. And then I was like, all right, let's get the male perspective. So then I sent it to some of my other like dude cousins with dogs, and they just could not get enough of it. And I was like, motherfucker, I have to release this.
Yeah, this is it.
I was like, this is the market research on this is proving that I am incorrect.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
You know
tell
what I mean? Like, it was awful and awesome.
And then
And
when
people
you-
would call me, and I would just be like, thank you.
Thank you very much. And then when you see Little Girl, you know,
It all makes sense.
it's like you have to write a song about the little princess.
All right, so
Oh
I'm
my
going to throw
God.
this on, and
The little girl.
and you can talk us through the tune as it
I
plays
actually,
here.
this is the most like creative production I've ever done.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you, just with the bag crack. Well, you know, let's just play it. Let's
We'll
let
just-
you guys hear it.
Yeah, we'll just play it.
This is the dumbest thing.
I'm so excited.
Of halfway through, you want to pull up the picture of the dog herself.
for sure.
Of little girl.
So, by the way, this is the photo that Odium, my friend, took. And like I said, he just had a ton of photos of guest rooms and foldy chairs somehow.
I'ma give you a bone when you hear the bad crackle.
Okay, so the shaker sound is literally her box of food.
I'ma give you a bone when you hear the bad crackle.
Amazing.
I'ma give you a bone when you hear the bad crackle.
I was like, how is it people not going to feel that?
Yeah. I mean, it's real. That shit is real.
And then, that's my girl,
There
dude.
she is.
That's little girl.
That's the girl, dude. And I literally say little girl in those notes when I'm saying little girl in real life, which is also the dumbest shit ever to put on a song, but that's what I did because I would just want to have fun that day. The snare is me flicking her bag of treats. I flicked it, and then what I would do is I would saturate both of them until they sounded like real instruments.
That's crazy.
So I have this really great saturation plugin from Fab Filter.
Yeah.
So you can pick out the frequencies you want to saturate. Well, saturate is just a cool word for distortion, overdrive, and so I was able to just smash it until it sounded cool.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so you sampled all these crazy sounds and you turned them into
And
instruments.
so you can hear that's her howling. I put her in my lap, and I would just say "little girl" at her until she would howl, and I just get her right in there into the mic. And then I comped the track. I just found all the best takes of her doing it, and then I put it in there. It's just the dumbest thing ever, dude.
So
All
extra.
my friends loved it. Only one of my friends texted me and was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, that was the bad bitch. That was Ellie for sure.
And I was just like, "Oh, did she say that? She didn't like it?"
No.
Oh, okay.
She would be the one, though.
Okay. No. My buddy, he said, "What are you doing?" And honestly, I was just kind of like, the fact that it's you, I think I'm on the right track. I was like, this is all good. I was like,
So you
this is
gotta
all
have
good.
that one person.
Yeah. I was like, you don't want to have any fun when you're recording, bro. I do. Okay.
It's a jam.
It's pretty stupid. But everybody liked it. So, for me, the only thing I could do in defense of that was just put it last on the EP. That was the only thing I could do in defense of my own integrity and what everybody else liked.
It's a jam.
Yeah.
But as far as production goes, like I said, those are three elements that I thought were pretty cool. There's a live animal, and then there's a bag of food. There's two different bags of food being used as percussive elements. I think that's pretty cool.
I don't think a lot of people can say that.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't think
Thank
a lot
you.
of people that can say that.
Yeah. In my musical opinion,
Oh my gosh.
my
Yeah,
extensive musical education.
Oh my god.
That is
It's
a
epic.
great tune.
Oh my
I have to
God.
say, when you came on before, you had me dying when your dog was barking.
Oh,
You're like,
okay.
little girl, calm down.
Yeah.
Shut it down,
I'd say
little
shut
girl.
it down. Exactly. Yeah.
Now,
I was dying. Oh my god, love her. So cute.
at the expense of sounding stupid,
Did you hear the
Does-
song I put out, dude? Did you just hear that?
too late.
Did you just
touche,
hear that? Yeah.
touche. Does little girl have a proper name?
Yeah, so
Little girl.
my uncle would look at his Chihuahua. He had a Chihuahua named Gia. And so when you're talking to a dog, I think, maybe not everyone, but when you're a real dog owner, when you really love a dog, you get into baby talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he would call her a little girl, but he would say Gillis. He would say, "You're the sweetest little Gillis." So I named her Gillis. And then it turned into Gilly. And I had an ex-girlfriend that wrote on a paper for a kennel one time, Gilly. I was like, well, that's not her fucking name. Her name is Gillis. But then everyone starts calling her Gilly. But then we'd go to the park and she wouldn't come unless I said little girl. So I was like, well, people should get to choose their own names. And she chose it. When I said little girl and she came, and not Gilly or Gillis. So, yes, her Christian name is Gillis.
Her given name.
But the name that she chose for herself is little girl.
Little girl.
She knows it. Say little girl, she's like,
What?
every
so
time.
great.
You say Gilly or Gillis, she's like, I know you're talking to me, but I don't care.
That's not the one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all, to a dog, it's all relative, I guess. I don't know.
Our
That's
friend
awesome.
Ashley on YouTube here She said, I love it. She said, it sounds like it took forever to edit all those sounds, though.
You know what, man? When you're in the zone, it doesn't. I was really kind of like I said, I didn't care anymore. I didn't care what the rules were, because as someone that's maybe mixed your own stuff or mix yourself live, there's a million different opinions, and you can listen to all of them. Especially like if you go on YouTube in the mixing world, it is insane.
Right.
It is absolutely insane, the theories and the techniques. One of my buddies will go all day. If you get my buddy Aaron Howard, the guy, he's one of the he's very sweet about it, but if you get him down, you can't do that. There's all these things you can't do. And he's not really, I don't mean to make him sound so negative, but he's researched so much.
Right, very
There's
knowledgeable.
so many things to do in that realm. And I was just kind of like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, I'm going to get in there. I just want to have fun and I want to finish this damn thing. And we'll send it to my friends and make them laugh.
And I
was like, that's all I really wanted to do.
I feel like the world of audio in general has kind of gone through a metamorphosis in the last 10 years with the move to really compressed music, MP3 streaming, that kind of pure sonic quality, which is still great, but for all intents and purposes, unnecessary to get music out and pump it out consistently, which is, I think it's the most important thing for an indie career.
When you listen to modern like soul or hip hop or kind of neo like jazz and shit like that, you can't listen to it in your car unless you have the bass all the way up.
Right.
You can't listen to it on your phone and feel it. You can't. You have to have a low end presence. It's got to be huge and it's got to pump at you. And if it doesn't, you missed.
Yeah.
That's really it. And I'm not saying that I did that necessarily correctly on mine either. I'm just saying if you don't, there are certain sound systems that just won't care about your music anymore.
Yeah,
because
sure.
of that, because of the modern compressed nature of everything.
Yeah.
But it sounds cool. When you listen to it, you go somewhere. It's not. And also people aren't writing timeless shit. Like, you know what I mean? People aren't writing for the long game. People are writing right now because they just want to feel good about it today.
Yeah, and they want to sell records today, and they
Exactly.
want 1 million streams today.
Yeah.
And then they're going to put out their next single, next week.
And what I mean by that is like when you listen to Elton John or like anything from what was it? Laurel Canyon, like that whole, like all those songs, like Neil Young, all the acoustic piano, all of that shit. It's acoustic songs and they're singing and they're saying something and the melodies are ridiculously contagious and they're never going anywhere, and there's a message and there's a spirit, and mixing that is all like low mids to highs. There's not any sub frequencies in that. They didn't need them. They don't need them. But people aren't doing that now, which is fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to mixing the kind of music people make these days, you don't need it. Like, like it's just like they're doing it.
I feel like in mixing, Jordan, are you taking notes over there?
Yeah, sorry,
this
dude.
This is Jordan nerd out session.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm over here preach.
Yeah, that's right. Laurel Canyon was
let it
tight.
out.
You're
Let
right. Mamas and the Papas is my favorite.
Hallelujah.
Like,
I feel like and then we'll move on after this, but I feel like the main focus on today's pop music, radio music, is lows and highs. Whatever those tweeters can just smash in your face, and whatever those lows could punch you in the gut, and that's what they go with.
And it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's bad. Like when people talk about like it's not like it was or it's this now, like I don't think any of it's bad. It just is.
Yeah.
Like, and if you want to make money or get traction with your original music, you have to mold to a certain extent.
Sure.
You don't have to change everything there is about you, but if you don't feel the mix right, people won't care anymore because they just don't.
Well, if your sound is not at least recognizable as what people are hearing on their favorite songs or their favorite hits that are out right now, if it's not anywhere in that playing field, then it's going to be, but not necessarily a miss. But it's certainly not going to get you the traction that you're looking for.
Dave Grohl said the same thing. He said, when I'm in my car and Taylor Swift comes on, I turn up, I sing all the words. There's a reason why pop music is pop music, whether you want to be curmudgeonly about it or not.
Whoa. Hold on. Rewind. What was that word?
Like a curmudgeon. Like if you want to be like if you want to be a grumpy, if you want to be Mr. Scrooge. Curmudgeon. You've never heard of that?
I've not heard that word.
No.
Oh, well, curmudgeon D, I made that. That part I made. Curmudgeon D, I made.
Oh, it's an
Yes,
additional.
I will be taking credit for that.
Okay.
All right.
But like,
I like that.
being a Scrooge, like just kind of like being a hater.
Bah humbug.
You can hate as much as you want, but pop music is pop music for a reason.
Sure.
We all gravitate toward and remember every bit of it for a sonic pattern, patterned out reason. You remember every bit of it. Do you love it? Is it what you turn on in the morning? Not necessarily, but there's a reason why it sticks in your brain. There's a reason why C is in the middle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's a reason why it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and those sounds mean something to you physically.
Yeah.
You know that.
Sure.
There's a reason for that. And it's, in my opinion, it's the same with pop music.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I 100% agree. And pop music, I'm guilty pleasure. I'll listen to it all day. I'll dissect it. I think it's interesting, as boring as some of it may be, or as consistently just what it is. But man, it's like bubble gum. The flavor only lasts for 30 seconds, but when it's there, it's so good.
I'm not living on it, but don't act like it. Don't act like you hate it, because we don't. Like you like it. We all like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the truth.
Jordan loves
It's not like it's country
her
music.
jam.
I'm just kidding.
Well, you guys, we're going to I need to freshen up this drink, so we're going to get our very own Jordan Taylor to take us through all the hot entertainment news and gossip inside the Jordy Files.
Oh, this is a good refreshing time.
I might want to stick around for this.
Yes, dude. I'm gonna need some commentary. Pretty juicy.
Oh my god. I'll make Brad freshen up mine for me.
He's got his bar over there.
Oh yeah, he doesn't got to move.
Jordan,
Brad.
what's shaking, bacon?
Not much. How about you?
Well, these tidings are quite nice. Thank you.
It's nice to talk to you.
No, we got so much going on in the world of the Jordy Files.
I need
today.
to think of a breakfast thing to come back for shaken bacon. Come back. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Nope,
you should definitely
I
come
need
up with
I
a
need
comeback.
Yeah, for sure.
Other than
Biscuits
I'm
and
good,
gravy.
How are you?
Yeah. No.
Biscuits and gravin.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's all
Okay.
good. It's all good.
I'm in.
Biscuits and
Yeah.
groovin'.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
What do you
Thank
got going
Let's
on
get
this
to the
week?
news, guys.
Here we
There's
go.
a lot of
Okay.
hot gossip out there.
So we have so many birthdays today.
Oh my god.
So today, July 14th, in 1945, Jim Gordon, American drummer, one of the most requested session drummers in the late 1960s and 70s, was born on this day.
Oh wow, Jim Gordon, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Jim Gordon, also the commissioner of Gotham PD, saved
That's correct.
helped Batman save the city a million times.
Oh, you guys are nerding out.
No, I'm nerding out
You're
at
nerding
you.
out,
That's
yeah.
different. That's different. Brad has nothing to do with this.
Nothing. He knew who it was.
He did know who it was.
I mean, I'm here for Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner.
I'm here. Yeah.
Was his name in the studio? His nickname Commissioner Gordon? Because if
be.
he was that sought after, that would be pretty rad.
That would be
Should
really
be.
cool.
Yeah, calling the commissioner to solve this crime.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait till you hear this one. Born today in 1948, Tommy Mottola, music executive with Sony Records, was
Sounds
born
a lot
on this
like
day.
Tommy Holla.
I know.
Oh my
and,
God.
okay, 1948, he was married to Mariah Carey in 1993, and they separated in 1997. What a little...
So you had 4
Yeah.
good years.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the Christmas album queen.
Yeah, during that time, he was already working on his ancientness.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
and like, how old was... Anyway.
Price
maybe
comparison,
Mariah's
did Nick
really old.
Cannon last longer?
Right?
Yes.
He's actually really old. Did you know he has like 13 kids?
That
I mean, you know,
seems completely
Some
unsurprising
people don't
me.
want to be lonely in their old
Oh
age.
my God.
You know what I'm saying?
He
So
is
if you have 13, you got to win at least
He's a
at least
busy
half
man.
of them got to still stay coming around.
I was going to say one of them has to be.
Exactly,
like,
at least one.
nice
That's
child.
true. Maybe 1/4
Maybe
of
one.
13.
Yeah.
You
that's
know,
good
so
odds.
that's 2.5. Like one of them comes over sometimes, and the other 2 are pretty devout.
True. Even
Right.
though he looks like a teenager still.
He
Wild.
does. He does. Well, he
Hey,
was
man.
in Drumline.
Black don't
True.
crack.
Yeah.
True.
And
like,
he was in.
I have some of my friends
Jealous.
are 20 years my age. Tony Solomon,
Yeah.
for example, is well older than me. Sorry,
Yeah, we
Tony.
can't say
I
his
love
age.
you.
Don't dive him out.
But my God, if I don't wake up some days
You're
and
beautiful,
look 10
Tony.
years older than Tony,
Yeah, there's a guy at my work. He blew my mind. He said his birthday was the other day, and he said he turned 44, and I was like,
Well, once again,
look
Brad,
like you're
earlier you
20.
said, you got to burn the candle at both ends. It comes at a cost, bro. Are
Yeah.
you about the life or not?
I tell you what,
You know?
before 2 days ago, I was as gray as Santa fucking Claus.
He took like 15 years off his life.
And I got into that. I got on that Just for Men train, and I tell you what, I feel younger.
Yeah. Hey man,
and some darker hair.
Hell yeah, it feels good.
Yeah,
it does feel good.
It's all good.
Now I'm very sensitive or allergic sensitive to the stuff. So like for the first 2 days, I literally
itches
like
his face off,
scratching like a dog. But then it's fine.
Yeah.
I have a Star Wars analogy. I'll save it for later.
Fair.
And then in 1950, born today, another session drummer, Andy Newmark, was born on this day. In 1952, Bob Castle, best known as a guitarist and keyboardist in the new wave band.
What was that instrument? Guitarist
and keyboardist.
He played the keyboard.
It's a weird word.
Yes.
The new wave band Devo.
Okay.
Gotta whip it.
Right on. I like it.
Whip it good.
And then in 1956, American musician Bob Birch, who was a session bassist, was born on this day.
I think, who did Bob Birch play for? Is that on there?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
You're supposed to know this.
No, I don't know this. I know none of this.
I could look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, Brad will.
I feel like I know that name. I feel like that's, but names that are an alliteration.
Right.
They always stick in your mind. It's like, ooh, I know that guy.
True.
Peter Parker.
Yeah,
I know
and then
him.
you're like, no.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
The one.
Yeah, exactly.
Must be another BB.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In 1971, Nick McCabe, guitarist from English rock band The Verve, was born on this day. Good
right
band,
on.
good band,
Right on.
yeah.
Right on.
In 1975, Taboo, rapper and singer of Black Eyed Peas, was born today.
Awesome. Running.
Do the rap.
I
And
don't got that one.
then in 19...
If I knew the words better, I was about to. I could hear it in my head, but I'm not ready.
Context, there's no disrespect. I don't know.
Oh, you could have done it. We could have been doing it right there.
Something about, like, breaking neck.
Yeah.
Fives. Okay. And then in 1978, Ruben Studdard, singer and winner of the second series of American Idol, was born
him.
today.
Ruben. Awesome.
Ruben for scuba.
And then in 1986, Dan Smith, lead vocalist, producer, songwriter, and founder of the indie rock band Bastille, was born on this day.
Nice.
Great group.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah. And then in 1987, our baby birthday, Dan Reynolds, American musician, best known as the frontman of the Las Vegas-based rock band Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
Who I always want to call Emojin Dragons. I think that's like a combination of Emojin Heap and
Yes.
Imagine Dragons. I
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
always want to, but I got it this time,
Yes.
but I dimed myself out. And
Well done for getting it right and then calling yourself out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's better that way.
Yes.
And then on this day in music history, we have a few fun things that happened. In 1973, during a concert at the John Wayne Theater in Hollywood, California, Phil Everly smashed his guitar and stormed off stage.
Righteous.
Don finished the set by himself and announced that the Everly brothers had split. This was the last that the duo performed together for nearly 10 years.
I remember my
Do y'all
first
remember
smash
that?
guitar. No, I was
okay.
well, I don't remember it. I was there with them, but I don't remember
In
it.
spirit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All he wanted to do was dream. And
Yeah.
Instead, they made him go play that song.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Poor guy.
That was a
You've
terrible
smashed a
time.
guitar on stage?
Actually, it wasn't on stage. It was when I was in a high school or middle school, and we had thrown a party at this house my mom was staying in, but we weren't supposed to be there, and we drank all their booze, and then we went on to the golf course and we started singing songs, and
dear.
I sang a Tenacious D song, which was a bro favorite amongst my crew,
Naturally.
and then at the end of it, it just felt right to smash someone else's guitar. I don't remember whose. Oh yeah, no. You say no, but
dear.
like in the moment, it was righteous. But it wasn't my guitar. And I remember being in some kind of trouble, but I didn't pay attention to it. I was like, this is right on. I think I burnt this dude's vinyl collection that night too. Because I was very angry. I was a very angry young boy.
You seemed like a great child.
I really was, but there was a couple months, man, where I was like,
Just a couple months.
couple months, dude. I was like,
I'm gonna
I was
try
like,
it
these
all.
people are trying me, and they're gonna lose the day, and that's what happened.
Brad, did you ever smash a guitar or burn vinyl?
I'm gonna say no. I have
Vinyl burns.
I have
Burns good.
never intentionally smashed a guitar. and certainly have never burned vinyl. Yeah, no.
It wasn't mine.
That's fair. That's even worse.
Yeah.
But that's fair.
He was a jerk. He deserved it.
Okay. It was for a good cause.
Justified.
Yeah. It was pretty hardcore though. My friends were like, "You're really gonna burn this Bob Seger record?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck that guy."
Oh,
Bob Seger, you burnt the
fighting
Bob?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
no.
In the name of justice.
Oh, dang.
It had
that
to go.
cuts. That cuts like a
It
knife.
had to go. I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be, Jim Gordon.
Thank you, Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, dang. And then in 1979, Donna Summer scored her third #1 single with Bad Girls. The album of the same name also started a 5-week run at #1. The inspiration for her to write the song came after one of her assistants was offended by a police officer who thought she was a streetwalker prostitute. AKA. Yeah.
I walked the
Scandal.
streets. I didn't know that's what that meant.
I know, right?
I did used to skate around downtown Stewart a lot.
Yeah, you were
I
a
had ideas
streetwalker.
in mind.
I had ideas in mind. You know, I was
The
gonna keep
Jedi.
skating. I was gonna keep skating. Someone's gonna say hello. You know,
One of these days.
God.
that's a real story. That's what I would do.
Unbelievable.
But you know who I would see the most besides girls? I would see Jeff reading a book at Mulligan's, and I would just go sit with him. I'm like, who reads?
At Mulligan's.
At a bar.
Yeah. No. But I was at first, I was like, who's reading right now, Jeff? What are
Yeah.
you doing?
You're like, I need to be friends with him.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I need to get him out of this book is what I got to do. That's my first goal.
This is my job now. And then on this day in 1988, Michael Jackson gave himself a place in the Guinness Book of World Records for setting a new attendance record when he played the first of 7 nights at the Wembley Stadium in London. The show on his Bad World tour were attended by a total of 504,000 fans, beating the record previously held by, does anyone have any guesses?
Oh, I'm
In 1988.
gonna say Paul McCartney.
No, it's not a Beatles this time.
Wow.
wow.
That's impressive.
I know. 1988, y'all.
Okay.
Oh,
Tina Turner.
no.
I was still shitting my pants in 1988.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Tina Turner was a good guess.
Okay.
But no, but off.
Okay. Who was it?
Good guess, but
In
off.
Excess?
It was Genesis with 4 sold out nights.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So MJ,
Right on.
School in the Genesis.
That's right.
And then in 2015, the Las Vegas coroner's office confirmed that B.B. King died of natural causes, primarily stemming from Alzheimer's disease, and was not murdered. 2 of his daughters had alleged King was poisoned by longtime associates, which I think I had mentioned before. in the
Yeah,
Jordy
that's
Files.
very funny
Yeah.
because in I guess this was weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
because,
on the day when the daughters
that's what's kind of
accused.
fun about these
Yeah, they
stories.
solved
is it's-
themselves.
Well, it's chronological. So as we progress through the year,
I like to think of it as unsolved mysteries that are solved, but
okay. Well, I'm just saying that you reported on this.
yeah.
A
And now we've closed the case.
few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yes.
And now
We closed the
we,
case.
we closed the case.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone else only aided in our,
Success.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Our deduction of the scene is what will sentence.
I only report the facts that
the
were
perpetrator.
online. So,
Yeah.
On the
Yes.
internet.
that I read.
Yeah.
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 Once upon a time.
I mean, yeah, his death had nothing to do with raging diabetes
He
and
was old.
being 80.
Yeah, I was going to
88.
say he was
he?
he was old. I think he was 86, 80 something.
It doesn't say in the story.
No. I just it's just a spark note. It's just a bullet point.
Fair enough. You must be a college kid.
Yes,
Yes,
please
yes.
go
You went to school.
do further research yourself.
Unlike the both of us, obviously.
If you want to know more,
Yeah.
reading is fundamental. Please
Yeah.
go.
You should call Jeff. He
Yeah.
reads a lot.
Call Jeff. He'll
Yeah.
tell you
Hit
the
him
answer.
up. He doesn't go to Mulligan's anymore, but he does read, in fact.
You can find him reading random places.
Yes. He still reads.
And then we have a bunch of current events today.
Mm-hmm.
So
Headline.
As
the
always.
headliners. So JNC podcast alumni Jamie Floyd and John Theisen from the Bloody Jug Band are now members of the Recording Academy. The Academy is the presenter of the coveted Grammy Awards. So
Oh, wow.
Big
Look at-
news.
Right on.
Look at us.
Let's give it an air horn.
Congratulations,
That's pretty
John
cool.
and Jamie.
Yeah,
Members of the Academy. So that means we have an in with the Academy.
Oh,
so
yes.
we can at least get 2 nominations for anything that we want.
I'm sure that they're already taking over the entirety of that segment, right? Of that section of the Academy. I'm sure they're
for
in.
sure.
Yeah, they're in.
Awesome. Congratulations, you guys.
That's really
huge
rad,
honor,
though. Yeah, no, that's super
Very
cool.
And then Kenny Edmonds, better known as Babyface, and his wife call it quits after 7 years of marriage. The couple says they're ending their marriage after much thought and with great sadness.
Wow.
So,
wow. I'm glad they thought about it.
They did.
You know,
thought it out.
they didn't just spontaneously quit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm just going to quit cold turkey today.
Yeah. Exactly. I've done that twice.
Twice. 2 times. And then country singer Ashley Monroe has revealed she's been diagnosed with a rare blood cancer. Ashley's album, The Blade, was nominated for a Grammy in 2015. The title track was written by our podcast alumni, Jamie Floyd. She is quite the appearance today.
So she was nominated for a Grammy, and now she's
I take back what I said.
Now she's on the Academy.
She's taking over. It's real.
Yeah.
She's
real.
collecting all of the Infinity Stones as we speak.
She is the
That's
one.
what's happening.
But that is tragic to hear about
Yeah.
Ashley. And we hope that she the treatments work and she's back on top.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Spice Girl Emma Baby Spice Bunton
My favorite spice.
married her longtime love.
Bunton spice.
Her longtime love Jay Jones in a surprise wedding. She dropped the big news yesterday with a sweet Instagram pic.
Awesome. The only place to drop the most important news.
Obviously, yes.
On the Instas.
That's where you put the married photos and the buying the house photos. And then Queen guitarist Brian May is devastated after a flash flood ripped through his Kensington home. May said he is angry after. I kind of go into Myra sometimes a little bit. Anyway.
I thought you were getting super British on us.
I kind of did a little bit
Kensington
too.
home.
It was Kensington home. Yes.
It's Kensington flat.
I mean, Kensington, if you're going to really get on it, it is very
Very
posh.
very,
it's a very posh side of
nose
town.
up.
Yes.
May said he is angry after a lifetime of memorabilia and childhood photographs were ruined in the flood. He blames the floods on an influx of neighbors building super basements, which disrupt the natural drainage. What is a super basement?
I mean, I imagine it's
Take this garage, spoiler, and put it in your basement times 6 or 7.
So just a normal basement?
Some people never had a basement. Like,
Yeah,
you guys
especially
live in
in
Florida.
Kensington,
How many
yeah.
basements are there here?
None.
Zero.
But,
Exactly.
But up north, everyone has a basement the same size as their house.
Yeah, well, the elevation
That's
is
true.
higher. If you dig in the ground here, you'll literally hit water before, like, you'll go into somebody's well. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a fancy way. It's just a fancy way to say basement.
Yeah, but probably like a big basement.
Let's call it
Like
a bunker.
bigger than a cellar.
A bunker,
It's
let's
probably,
call it a
it's probably
bunker.
bigger than a.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess what's happening is, like, you know, obviously there was no infrastructure for homes with basements.
Tell them
and
not to
they're just
live in
drilling.
such a rich ass neighborhood. If you don't want people to have soup or anything,
I
go to
read-
the hood, bro.
I
Maybe you should
actually
have a
come back, live a little.
I read that article, and it mentioned that he had just moved all of that stuff to the Kensington home because where it was his other house, because, you know, that's rock stars.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess there was like some raging fires. I'm assuming maybe it was California or something. But there was like raging forest fires. So he moved all of that stuff to Kensington to keep it safe, and then a huge flash flood.
He probably should have gone with
Wiped
the
it out.
attic, huh?
Obviously, he's got bad karma.
Instead of the basement.
Obviously, he wasn't as sweet as the movie made him seem.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Obviously.
Oh, that is tragic, though. Oh. So then the big story, folks, not that they all weren't big, but that we need to have a conversation about.
Yeah.
The battle continues for Britney Spears' conservatorship to end. This afternoon, Britney's case was back in front of a judge at Los Angeles Superior Court. This is the first return to court after Spears herself spoke to the judge last month, pleading for her 13-year conservatorship to end. And then an update shortly before our show started, just this evening. After 13 years, Britney has been given approval to part ways with her court-appointed attorney and hire her own representation. So let's just discuss this for a minute, everyone.
Wow.
How is this poor girl not in control of her fortune and life? And then we as the public, obviously, don't know the whole story, never will. Who knows? But I think it's a little crazy. And in my brain, I have to question if it's all just a mad and sad publicity stunt. Like, this can't actually be her real life. It makes me kind of upset.
Well, I mean, it totally can, because when you're like a kid, you know, like if you're a kid and like your great uncle or aunt dies and they leave everything to you, if you're under 18, I'm pretty sure you don't just get to walk away with all that. They have to, you know, somebody of legal age has to be able to take care of your shit. I would have to imagine at a young age, she allowed this to not like, because that's just what you do. She was 16 on top of the world. Like, what are you going to do? And then it probably just turned into, they're just going to, and this is me speculating because I haven't read into this really as much as, like, you know, the only thing is you just kind of notice if people still don't understand that women are treated differently. If this was a dude, it wouldn't even be a story. He would have lost money. He had lost money for a couple of years, and he would have tried to get some back, but he would have gotten his own.
Yeah,
his would have been his again. I just have to wonder if it's because it's
Britney Spears. Like, she's like the biggest pop name. It's like how Michael Jackson was done dirty too. Like, I don't know. I'm just
maybe
like,
I mean, well, yeah. There's a lot when you're, you know, more money, more problems. Yeah. I mean, they're gonna come after your shit. What do you think?
Yeah.
I feel like.
What is your opinion?
Just to put it out there straight away, I think it's ridiculous that her family still has control over her
and
life
she's, what, 40?
As a 40-year-old woman.
Or 38.
However.
How do you not just give it back and be like, I'm already taking my cut. My cut's already done. Here's the rest of yours.
Yeah.
Because her family doesn't have her best. So listen, I don't wake up every day as Britney Spears' father. I don't wake up.
No one's saying you do.
Yeah, I don't wake up every day as her attorneys or the people that are closest to her or the people that, you know. So for me to say, this is the way that it should be is really ridiculous, because I don't know what she's gone through. All we know is what we saw publicly, her public meltdowns, her failed relationships that resulted in children.
But a lot of people have that, and they can still have their money.
Sure, but
exactly.
But like, not everybody has.
It's not illegal to have a bad day.
Yeah,
you know.
But not everybody has a fortune.
Correct.
That hasn't been either inherited or built from, you know, or handed down through businesses and things like that. Like, she was propelled to stardom seemingly overnight and continued to amass this incredible fortune. And as an entertainer, you understand, like, when you get busy, and even for us, like, we get busy, but we still get to go and like play video games and go see movies and shit.
Yeah.
But
Super Smash Brothers, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
When these people get busy, they're on tours, they're doing interviews, they're doing everything.
I listened to her when she spoke to the judge or whatever, her recording that leaked or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was basically just saying too how she's forced to go on tour, like things she doesn't want to do, she still, like, they like will force her to do. Like, she's like, I literally cannot do this. And they're like, you have to, because we basically own you. Like,
well,
you're
at some point she
our
signed
slave.
something. At some point she signed something without knowing what it was.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening. Is
but it's like, for how long?
She's trying to
life?
fight to get out of some contract.
Well, here's the thing. At a certain point, it's why Prince, you know, abandoned his name, because he was no longer a human anymore. He was that product.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
and
so
really
sad.
the only way you can combat that is to become something. I'm going to sound like Arrow, like I say, to become something more. If she were to play the game a little bit, and I just thought of this right now, it's not like I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
If she were to play the game and reestablish herself as a celebrity with a voice and a purpose, she would have more.
But is she allowed to do that?
That I don't know. That's a good point.
I don't think she's allowed to.
But
even
today
think
with
or do
Instagram,
anything.
but today with Instagram and Twitter, I mean, do they own that?
I don't know, but I saw things like she had one video of her on Instagram or TikTok or somewhere, and she was holding her sun hat, and people, and I don't know, you know, if it's edited or real, but she had like help written on her hat in like small font that people were like later, like, she has like secret messages in her videos to like ask for
She
help.
might, dude. I don't know, but you
Like,
know, when you're in the public eye, it's
yeah. I mean, we never will know.
None of this is a secret. Like, she is actively going to try to get people off of her back, like, and get control of her fortune. and not even just her fortune.
I don't even
but,
think she
but
wants her
clearly
fortune. I
it's
think she just
like
wants
getting
to
her
live
life.
her
back,
life.
you
She
know?
talked about she wants to have a baby. Like they won't let her have a baby. Like
Well, that part is really where you get into, it's kind of like like
Is
a
this
football player
business
or a
is this
business, like
real?
football player, basketball players, whatever. Like you have to play. You signed a contract.
and honestly, like no offense,
but even they get out of it.
And
They're
no,
just like, I'm gonna
yeah.
sit, and they're done.
And no offense, I mean, I love Britney as much as any 90 baby does. Like, she was my first CD, like, the whole nine. But, like, is she even relevant anymore? Like, can she just live her
right
life?
now.
Like,
I mean, she is
but
right
like,
now.
as an artist, like, does she even, has she done anything since Circus? I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't
know. But you know what? I was watching this thing about Dave
In the
Chappelle the other
nicest
day.
way.
Whenever he bailed from the Chappelle show, everybody called him crazy. And he just said no, like it was a personal choice. I felt like this wasn't what I set out for it to be anymore. So I quit for just personal. He quit because he just said, I don't like what this has turned into anymore. But in the public eye, it's like, no, dude, there's a reason.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it's just, and that's just to just say it's not fair to any of them. It's not fair for her not to be able to have a child, for them to be like, yo, dude, you need to go on tour because you signed this piece of paper. That's kind of like, yo, dude, you got to go to work or retire or do whatever you got to do. But to say that you can't have a baby, you can't have a boyfriend. I mean, that's like, that's fucking slavery.
I was going to say,
you know what I mean? That's insane.
It's like an indentured servant, if
and
you
the
will.
fact that it is not just a common sense thing for people to get behind, for just everyone to just get behind, like, yeah, that's ridiculous. And then for the courts to then begin a process of, yeah, maybe we need to change some shit. I mean, the fact that that's not a thing is just, it's really hard to have hope for anything when that's what's happening.
That's why in my mind, I'm like, is this a publicity? Like, is this real? Or is it like for publicity? Like, is she more free than she leads on? Because I'm having a hard time thinking that she like,
So Ashley chimed in here on YouTube, and she said her father wasn't present in her life until she was famous. She suffered from postpartum depression after her kids. They saw and they took advantage of the whole situation. And she also said that her Instagram is controlled by a company, and it's not her at all. Zaza chimed in and said the whole situation just seems toxic.
Oh my God. I love that guy.
I know, we missed that moment.
I love that guy.
Maybe it's like a circus.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
But
you know, she's a slave for you.
For everyone.
You know?
To everyone.
That's all good.
Oh, this is terrible.
No, but really.
She's not a girl and still not yet a woman.
I know, right? Yeah. Hey, man, they let that out.
Dang.
I was there.
Now let me get this straight, because you've been following this a little bit, yeah?
A little bit, not a lot.
So is there a jury involved in this, or is this just a judge listening to testimony and then making a decision?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know there's a judge.
Well,
yes.
Thank you.
We are all the judge.
Yeah, I know she was pleading her case in front of a judge. I don't know if there's a jury though. That's a good question. I don't think there.
I think it's just a
question
judge.
mark. Yeah, I think it's just a judge.
I think that I think they're gonna award her freedom.
I hope so. I just think it's completely ridiculous. It's like, why? I mean,
well, like I said, when you get into
your
the personal side, it's like, yo, if you're supposed to still be cutting records and being on the road, like, hey man, maybe you need to
sign that
maybe
paper
you need to get in the
you gotta
studio.
do that. Yeah, but you should be able to like go to a show.
That's
or
ridiculous.
To whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
It's awful. No, it really is awful. And I just think that people that can't just openly see how, capitalism in this business world, like, it's just like, dude, there's not a line. You know what I mean? There's not like a line anywhere, and there's just not. And I mean, and that's the hard part, and that's what gives people, honestly, I think with like 90s children, I remember when that one video came out about the dude saying, Rage Against the Machine, I can't believe you guys are getting political. It's like, bro, did you listen to the words? Like, I think any of us that listen to that kind of music or kind of like movies like The Matrix and like things like that, like to just not see the bigger picture of why it's all fucked. And then for situations like this to be happening 30 years later where it's still fucked, and then it's insane.
Yeah.
It really is. And it just makes you feel hopeless.
Yeah. And then you're just like, where is the balance? Because then you see all those memes, about Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so he can go live his life, but Britney's just trying to have a
Bill
baby.
Cosby
He did his time, what, like 6 months?
No. It's not about him doing his time because he got, as far as I'm concerned.
Don't you say anything positive about that guy right now, bro.
He
this
got
is a
off,
wrong time.
He got off scot-free and certainly did not get what was coming to him. However, in a business sense or taking away that what he diddled in his own time.
Horrible word.
Terrible word.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I was just gonna give Brad a compliment and say he always like has the rational like balance,
Not
like
right
where
there.
I'm freaking
Diddled
out,
out.
and he's like,
my point is, I'm not. I guess making light or trying not to make light of what he did, but in the business sense, I bet Bill Cosby didn't sign a lot of bad contracts.
Well, maybe he knew, or maybe somebody had his back, and I mean that's kind of the thing.
But that's the thing in this business. Like, who do you trust when you don't have the time to do it yourself? Who do you?
okay, but I
sign
also
on?
think like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and stuff signed a lot of crazy contracts with that Lou Pearlman guy, and they're just living their best life.
Are they?
Well, then there's the one thing though. It was like they're not girls.
Yeah.
None of them are women.
That is a very good point that you brought up.
None of them are
earlier.
women, and none of the and Britney did lose her fucking mind when she cut her
And she's a
hair and
little
acted all
gullible.
nuts.
She's a
You know,
sweet
well, I don't know her
girl.
as a person, but I'm just saying from a visual standpoint, she did some shit, and it doesn't look good from a PR standpoint. And the court of public opinion is pretty. You know, they stand strong. You know, all the other pop star girls from that era kind of maintained a certain level of might not be the best word, but I guess integrity, I guess. Like, you know, Beyonce kept climbing.
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera kept climbing. Pink, who's like one of my favorites, kept climbing. All the other like solo chicks back then, whether they were trying to be on top of the world or not, they maintained a presence, which gives them a power.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe they did that on purpose. Maybe they just were living their lives. I don't really know, you know, but she didn't seem to care anymore, which why should she? You know, she had been doing it forever. Like, I bet she was tired. But, you know, when you do sign stuff, maybe in the middle of her being tired, she signed something. You know, we don't know. But at some point, she signed something that she should not have. And now she can't do what she wants. And she probably never wanted to keep playing music.
Yeah.
Because she didn't really like playing music.
But then it's like, when does that renew? Like, how do you get out of that?
I guess that's the
court
research.
thing.
That's why they're in court right now.
Oh, it's
She's
so
figuring it out. She's
annoying.
figuring out how to get out of it right now.
It's like, just take a match and burn that paper.
Like, did you ever watch the documentary about Lady Gaga?
Yeah.
Her depression is like paralyzing. Her anxiety, like in that video, she couldn't even get out of bed.
Yeah.
But she did get out of bed.
Yeah, she put
and
that shit
she like
together.
and the shit she did in that video whilst getting out of bed and feeling like that. You know, maybe some of it was dramatized. I don't think it was. I think she's like incredibly talented and kind of brilliant. And I think when you're like that, I think madness and depression completely goes the other side for like creativity and like just complete like I'm just gonna nail this and that's gonna make me feel better. Then you wake up and it doesn't, and then you keep going again.
But that's the thing. You keep going, and I don't know, man. I wish the best for Britney.
For sure.
We should definitely keep an eye
Follow
on
up
this,
on that, yeah.
and we'll do another update next week and see where we're at.
She should live her life.
Yeah, for sure.
At least a little bit. So, concluding that topic, Jammers. That concludes the Jordy Files.
Oh,
Jammers,
the Jordy Files.
Oh, wonderful, yes.
yay. I am happy to announce our next super fun segment
Oh,
and my
boy.
personal favorite. Folks, you are not going to want to miss this. You're not.
I
yeah.
forgot that this was happening. to be
Wow,
honest.
really? Every time.
I do. Every time I forget that this is happening.
You may
Okay.
even want to watch it again and again and again.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
I know it made me want to.
shit.
Yeah.
Every week, as promised, we bring you a short National Day video, and each week we simply keep outdoing ourselves. Today is National Grand Marnier Day, National Tape Measure Day, National Macaroni and Cheese Day, and last but certainly not least, National Nude Day.
God, I
So
totally missed the tape measure part. I totally missed that.
tape measure,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So sit back and enjoy the ride.
Hey, it's Brad, and it's National Grand Marnier Day, among others. And with over 360 years of bartending experience, I'm here to show you how to make the perfect Grand Marnier cocktail. First, you carefully measure your ingredients 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Ice, ice. Pour the mix into the Flanagan's cup. Shake. Now while we let that cool, it's time to make the mac and cheese. Use the little teddy bear thing and strain over fresh ice. Dick straw. Now that we've covered all the other national days, there's only one left to do.
You look good, bro. I know that Zaza's out there just saying what he's going to say forever now. Dick straw. Zaza's going to be out there every day and I was saying, dick straw.
We need to watch it again, I think. And again.
You can see it forever on YouTube and Facebook. But that was...
Why doesn't anybody measure booze that way? I don't understand.
1 inch. 1 inch.
Yes. And then followed by a 1 inch dick straw.
Dick straw.
Oh, that's so
Perfect.
great.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely perfect.
Oh, no, this is sad. To conclude, Ashley said Britney signed the contract in order to see her kids. She was told the only way to have visitation with them was through the conservatorship.
Wow.
Dirty bastard.
That's fucking raw, man. To use kids to... And I'm sure that it was in the name.
And then
of
she
the
told me to call
well-being
her
for the
and she
kids,
can tell me all about it because she knows everything.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
well,
man, that's
we
really,
should consort.
We're going to have a catch up.
That's just incredibly awful.
Yeah.
You know?
Leverage.
But also, you know, and this
You
is
should
just
read some
coming
stuff.
from like a business perspective, like what more is she putting out? Like what like musically, like content wise, media wise, like what is going on?
I don't know.
What are they trying to squeeze out of her? Like, is it really the shit from the past? Like, are they really just still trying to squeeze out the past?
Because she said something about shows and concerts and her thing, so I guess I don't know if she has new. But I'm
Well,
like,
listen,
Anyway.
devil's advocate.
I'm just curious.
Devil's advocate. Maybe these people
these people.
are genuinely concerned
No.
about her children's well-being.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And maybe concerned about her well-being.
Maybe.
She may be off the handle in a way that we as the public have no idea.
Okay, but so are a lot of people, and they, like, why is she so different?
Well, we
Because
should
she's
get them away
famous?
from their kids
yeah,
too,
right?
man.
A lot
First
of
of
people
all,
got their
because-
kids and they crazy.
Because the truth is, you're Britney Spears. You're still a role model to people. And I'm not saying to
Okay,
like
but wait,
young girls
did
particularly anymore, but maybe to somebody.
But
you
did
know?
Courtney Love get her babies?
Did
I
she?
rest my case.
Did she get her babies?
I don't know.
I think she did. I mean, she
Courtney
didn't have a.
Love is
I think she's
she
a little
is
more crazy.
also a train wreck.
Yeah.
But she's also nowhere near the amount worth the amount from a, you know.
yeah, and
You
she's
cannot
cer-
monetize
Guys-
Courtney Love the way that you can monetize Britney Spears.
I'm trying to help B. Spears here.
Yeah, no. Hey, I'm saying, you know, Brad's out here trying to say that she's a shitbag. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
right.
joking. I'm just joking.
It's like, oops,
But
she did it
That
again.
is a valid argument. That is an argument that can be made. Maybe there are things that we do not know.
It's what
which just happens
yeah.
in everything
Yeah.
all the time. So maybe we don't know.
the courts will ultimately decide this, and
Ugh, it's
and
scary.
what will be interesting to see is the transcripts from the hearings when they're made public.
I am just really curious as like the people that want her to work or want to make, well, like, what do they expect her to do? Like, what are they really, I mean, is she really selling out stadiums still? Like, is she selling out stadiums or like family arenas?
I mean, she
I'm
was
just
she
curious.
was knocking it out of the park in that the Vegas residency.
That's
People
what
were
Ashley
swarming.
just said,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
She was forced to go on tour and the Vegas residency.
Oh, okay. Well, then who am I? Right on.
yeah,
You
I
know,
don't
Ashley needs to be on the show too.
I know.
Ashley
Where's
just
she
said
at?
Ashley just said Courtney Love had the same manager as Britney, and they tried to put her under a conservatorship too.
Oh my God,
You
I
know
didn't
what?
even know that.
If,
and I
her-
just-
if Ashley's
We're breaking
facts
ground
weren't
here.
so on point, I would say she's kind of a troll since she's on here, but she's not. I feel like you're missing out. We need another desk because your sister ain't here right now.
I
There's a
know.
whole nother microphone right next to me. Obviously, Ashley should be right here, like really nailing down the facts
Yeah.
of what's going on
Yeah.
here. Because
I
what do
feel
we
like
know?
we need to bring Ashley in on this as
Yeah,
a
dude.
correspondent.
That's
yeah.
pretty
Hey,
funny.
Ashley, if your career out here takes off, you're welcome. Just so you know, if all of a sudden you start just spitting out facts and you just climb the ladder of streaming, you're right on. Just saying. But I think you should. You should be out here. Obviously.
Oh, so they played on her craziness.
Because we're talking about a bunch of shit we don't even know.
Yeah, I just made that up about Courtney Love. That was just like the first crazy example that came to my head.
As a journalist, you're just making things up.
But it was accurate.
Well,
there's
one thing. That's one thing that we don't particularly flout around here is that we are
accuracy.
Accurate.
Yeah. I can barely pronounce things.
We're about as accurate as any meteorologist for Florida weather.
Exactly. We're just out here, having a good time. Dick straw.
Well, you guys, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play another song from Deal James here. This is from the Jedi Magic Carousel.
Yeah.
This is a few years ago.
This is nostalgia.
This is nostalgia.
This is what that is. This was at Terra Fermata. This was the peak lineup. This is so the one member I can never nail down. I can never nail down a solid bass player that would keep showing up. But when Mean Dean War Machine Joel Brown was a dean of a middle school, and he also looked like he was in such good shape. He looked like the War Machine, Iron Man's sidekick. His body looked like the Iron Man suit.
Oh my god!
So I think Ryan called him Mean Dean Joel Brown, and I added the War Machine because I didn't want Ryan to be the only one that came up with good nicknames. I wasn't just gonna let him have that on his own. So Joel was on bass that night, and that was a really good show.
Is this an original tune or is
this
a cover?
Yeah. This was just a jam. This was on like one of the first little records I did. And this was back before when writing melodies was beyond me. I didn't do things like that. I didn't write melodies. I just played guitar and I spoke where the space fell. I think that's probably the coolest part about my new EP is there's actual melody. Like there's actual like singing. There's actual, there's a question and answer from a melodic standpoint. Before I didn't give a shit about that. I was like, I'm just going to say stuff and it's going to work. And so that's why it's a 6-minute jam because we just jam most of the time. So I didn't have to sing.
Well, good. That means we get a 6-minute piss break here. Awesome, cool. Man. Well, here we are. What was the name of this tune?
Dance Monkey.
And
Tommy Holla actually edited this whole video, and then Jonathan Mark gave us the audio from the board from the show that night.
So nice. Yeah. All right, you guys. This is Dance Monkey by the Jedi Magic Carousel. Coming up next, we're going to play a little Name That Tune. We'll be right back.
plain to see. Running the me, yeah. Not like me. Plain to see true, I'm just like. Who did before? It's a good routine. Be a typical. Keeping it clean. Plain to see true, I just like. Let me ask you a question. Are you satisfied? Maybe you should take your own damn advice. If there's another question after you living the dream, I'll say dance, boogie, dance, hey. Sing a song for me. Sing a song for me. Sing a song for me. Are you exceptional? Are you mainstream? Are you in and down? Are you digging the sea? Plain to see true, I just like. Let me ask you a question. Are you satisfied? Maybe you should take your own damn advice. If there's another question, are you living the dream? I'll say dance, boogie, dancing. Sing a song for me. Sing a song for me. Sing a song for me. Are you satisfied? Maybe you should take your own damn advice. If there's another question after you living the dream, I'll say dance, boogie, dance, hey. Sing a song for me. Sing a song for me. Sing a song for me.
Thank you, buddy. That is an original song called Dance Monkey. Thank you.
Fuck, man. Wow. We were just saying off air that I fucking miss you guys, man. That is a fucking groove, bro.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of those times where you listen to like a project and you're filled with regret because you're just like, why did I stop that? But at the time, you know, when you're managing 6 people, including yourself, and what you want and what other people want, it's just hard. You never really know. Like I said, at the time, Zaza was about to get married. Joe and Tommy and me were very flighty. We really wanted to leave. Nowhere was ever good enough, you know?
Sure.
Like, and Max was 19, I think. Actually, he's 21 in that video. You know, I think he was totally 21.
Definitely 21.
Max was 19.
Video.
We were all solo artists too. Everybody had their own shit at the front of their mind. So it was really hard to keep it. And then also being down here, I love being down there. There's so much love when I come here. And there's been love here for me and the love that I have for my friends. I have forever friends here, family, you know, and it's been that way since the first day I stepped you know, into this whole scene. But sometimes you're not sure how far it can really go down here.
Yeah.
Because it is in a little bubble, like geographically. It's in a little bubble. It is Florida, and that is what you're doing. You know, it takes 12 hours to get out of Florida, you know, to get someplace where all they do is talk about how much they want to beat Florida in football.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's really hard. It's just the way it's made up. It has nothing to do with the people or the creativity. Everyone here is super creative. Everybody here works really hard, but it's just kind of hard. You just start thinking about it. I'm not saying I made the right decision by going to Phoenix. I just went there because it was something to do. And like I said, I'm just kind of flighty. You're just kind of like,
yeah, and it's true. Like you were, I think, that you were at the top of your game here. And that's my opinion. But anywhere I went, if you mentioned your name, everybody knew you, or at least somebody would know you, you know? So at that point, when you realize that or recognize that, you say, okay, I could always come back here and do exactly what you're doing this week or these next couple of weeks. Come back, play shows, get people to come out to them and reconnect. And then you go back. So it's like, you know, like Alexander didn't conquer his places and then just chill there. Like he conquered.
No, and I definitely don't have any regrets for that part
and
because honestly, you know, number one, Phoenix is so huge. It is literally, it's like, here's a million people, here's a million people, here's a million people, here's a million people. Maybe not a million, but like there's Phoenix, and then there's Scottsdale, and then there's Chandler, and then there's Mesa, and then there's North Phoenix, and then there's Glendale, and then there's like these other mountain towns that are, you know, only 30 minutes away from downtown. It is insane how many people are there.
Right.
And I play in all of these areas, and my name is getting to that point too. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely have regret not going to not just Zaza had a lot of balls to go up there when he did.
Yes.
To just go
and
up
we
there
talked
and
about
do
that.
that.
And in fact, we talked about that at length on our episode together with Zaza here. And yeah, he was fully vested. He was like, I'm gonna go.
I think my gypsy brain, like my gypsy like special meter, like if we're playing Tony Hawk and the special meter, I think my gypsy special meter was just like, fuck that dude. Like, you know, like it is a cool idea. It's a great, I'm going to go visit in October. Like I'm still going to go up there and I'm still going to play and he's going to come see me. But it was just like, I was just like, dude, I don't think I got it. And you know what happened was I chose money. And I chose kind of a comfort of life, you know, because I have an apartment before, you know, I have all my own space. It's mine. I can afford it. You know, I chose money and I chose comfort. And honestly, it really ain't it. Like, as creatively, inspirationally, it's not there for me. There's a lot of people that love it in Phoenix. There's a lot of Instagram people that love it in Scottsdale. And there's a lot of people that love to hike and do brunch. Let me tell you out there, brunch is such a thing. Like, I make so much money at brunch, and there's just so many brunch things all the time. But the first time I did brunch out there, it was a huge culture shock because doing brunch out here is a totally different thing. Yeah,
it's like day drinking and until you're falling over.
It's who's going to stay up the longest, you know, who's still going to, you know, be able to drive.
Right.
You know, not that you should have driven at all.
Right.
Who's going to go for it?
Yeah.
And who are we like going to trust? Like, you got it. You know what? He's fine. We're going to go with him. Out there, it's about food and odd drink and taking pictures. I'm like, whoa, this is not brunch. This is eating. Okay. You guys are just eating and like networking, I guess. And like, it's just kind of hard for me. I don't feel like I fit in out there. It's just hard for me, man. But it's also, you know what I've realized more? The day I called you, I said, hey, dude, I'm going to talk about real shit. I've lately had this like path in my mind where I will go down kind of the worst outcome or like the worst situation, and I'll try to live there in my mind. Like, I will be there and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to live my life like this now. This sucks. Or like, this is the worst. This is this horrible situation. And then all of a sudden you become really grateful for what you have. I do have a group up there of really, really artistic friends, really creative friends, people that really do love me and I love them back. Like, there's a lot of really good support there, and I do make really good money, and it is cool. And honestly, it might just be really good for me creatively to not like where I am. Because like sometimes when you are, you know, call it depressed, down, you know, discouraged. I mean, is there really any better time to be creative?
Well, I'll tell you, man.
Than that? Like,
for me
do happy
personally,
people really make cool shit?
For me personally,
No.
every record that I have ever produced has been loaded with songs that came out of me when I was at my worst. You know, with very few exceptions.
Exactly.
But for the most part, like when I write the most is when I am unhappy.
Exactly.
And like, I'm happy to say, honestly, that I have not written a song in years.
I'm sorry, everyone. No.
At this point, I've
Good
not.
job, girl. Right on.
Yeah,
Pat yourself on the back.
I've not sat down to write a song in years. For no other reason other than I'm very busy doing the things that I do. And I'm incredibly happy.
Exactly.
You know, so I write in a journal.
Not at Facebook. Yeah,
not
we're
today.
mad at them. We're very mad at them.
Yeah.
But I write in a journal and I catalog my day. But like, when things are good for me, I'm in a forward motion. I'm very busy with my life and with my business and things like that. When shit is bad, my heart takes over and I am just this emotional being.
Exactly.
So it's almost like the phoenix, when everything's good, I'm just kind of like chill, but when things are bad, I'm like this big burning bird.
Yeah, and it's not to say, and I've moved, like I said to you off the air earlier, like I've moved so many times. I went from, I was in a suburban area of Missouri and then I moved downtown and it was a complete culture shock. It was like, I might as well have moved to New York, from that comparison when I was a kid, and then I came here. And I literally lived in 5 different places out here. I lived in that treehouse with Brian. I lived on a sinking boat with my dad. I lived in a condo. I lived in a little box in Salerno. You know what I mean?
Like the box was the last place, right?
Oh,
before you took off.
My Airbnb looks exactly like the box I used to live in.
That's funny.
I used to live in.
Wait, did you say a treehouse?
Oh yeah, Brian and Jeff Raincat Recording Studios used to be in this. It was a house, but it was essentially a loft. It was a loft home. And it was covered in trees and it was all wood. There was mold everywhere. Oh. I slept on this mattress of mold and Jeff didn't even care. He's just like, yeah, dude, you don't do mold. And you know what I mean? I was like, my mom said not to, but if you're doing it, baby, I'm doing it right now. That's where we're sleeping tonight.
You're still breathing. That's fine.
Yeah, man. I mean, I moved so many times and I guess I was just, you're just tired, but at the same time, you kind of just got to embrace it. There's nothing saying that I won't go to New York at some point, but the fact that I didn't, I think creatively or inspirationally from like just a part of my life, like another adventure. The fact that I chose not to adventure, I forgot how much it means to me to adventure because now like essentially everything's fine, and that shit just bothers me.
Well, it sounds.
I don't like how all this is going.
Like you're gearing up for a move. But I'm glad.
I think I'm gearing up to create more stuff.
Well, I'm glad
and
that
this EP has been really inspirational for me also to like put it out and people, Max sending me that text, my friends, my sister not hating it, like people really dig it. Me getting the aesthetic right of it, getting the photo right, because I think as young artists in small towns like this, sometimes we fuck that part up. Maybe we have some cool music in a dumbass picture. Yeah. Like, what are you doing with there? What does that even mean? You know what I mean? What does that has nothing to do, and it's not cool to look at. To get all that, to nail it, it's inspirational for yourself. So I feel like I'm just gonna use this time to just record and create and just work, and then honestly think about the other shit later. Because Phoenix is cool. There is some cool spots to it. I'm also being a hater. I don't like to hike. I don't understand hiking. You know what I understand? I understand the ocean. That makes a lot of sense to me. You go out there and you sit and you chill and you let the spirit of the mother come at you. Mm-hmm. The hiking shit, like you want me to go up there, you want me to spend all my energy and hours of my time to get up to the top and chill, and the only thing you're doing is thinking about, it's gonna take me another 2 hours to get down off this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But at least in that 2 hours, it's predominantly downhill.
Yes,
and I think in hiking,
it could be dangerous too. You could
I know
tumble.
When I did the ships, man, literally,
you're not a warrior.
I spent a year and 6 months in Norway.
Oh my God, he's flexing now.
And
I know. Don't make him go over the list. God.
All we did was hike through the fjords.
Yeah.
Like, and
say fjords again.
Fjords.
Nice.
Oh, I could throw some
say turtle in Dutch.
Norse and Skilpulled.
Whoa.
See? He's so cool.
Oh my God.
He's my fancy yogurt.
Yes, he is.
Anyway.
You are her fancy yogurt.
Hiking is dope because it takes it's really strenuous to get to the top. And then that's the payoff because you get to see this incredible landscape. And
for sure.
The rest is going downhill, going back down because it's certainly not as, at least for me, because I'm a fat guy.
And let me change the tone a little bit. It's not like I hate it. It's just like it's not my being. It's not my person. Out here, people's energy was, when you were at Terra Fermata on a Monday when I was hosting the open mic, people were spinning fire hula hoops and dropping acid and mushrooms and listening to people play music in a drum circle. like that I can get behind every day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some
I can
stuff
do that.
I get behind that. But when they go to brunch and they can all still drive home and then they go hike, I'm just like, I don't get it. None of this makes any sense to me.
Yeah, way
You know,
too new age hipster.
I don't understand.
Well,
I
to be
do
fair-
understand and I don't care.
yeah,
you
that's
know?
a lot of effort.
Yeah.
To be fair, I
with you.
selfishly am glad that you decided to stay put and work on this EP and get it out because
Thanks, man.
The tunes are great and I'm so stoked to come and see you guys at Sailfish.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be like, are you gonna play any of the original tunes, or are you digging deep in the
No,
old
I'm
vault?
playing. I'm going to play whatever I want because with them backing me up, it's a lot of freedom. It's a lot of freedom to, when you're playing, I play like a lot of these, like I said, I'm before, after a lot of DJs. So you have to keep the tempo up all day.
Right.
And there's something really exciting about it because I still am like a little ball of energy. Like I get excited. Most of my shit, I'm known for, I kind of play disco. Like I play my shit in a disco style up there a lot, and it's really cool and it's really fun. But there's something really non-musical about it also. You know,
Sure.
when you get to play slow, when you get to feel the groove, and with them, I'm not saying it's going to be boring and slow, but like I can play at my own pace.
Yeah.
You know, with them. And then with Joe being a solo guy, I don't have to worry about setting a loop. I don't have to worry about,
Right.
am I keeping people interested? He'll keep them interested. And me and Tommy, we can just lay it down.
Let's
and
find that pocket.
Exactly. And that's just so much more fun and it's cooler. So like, yeah, I'm going to play all of it probably.
I'm stoked.
I
I'm excited.
still like get weird about playing Back Crackle live. But every time I do, everyone gets,
I love it.
it's ridiculous.
I'll have to make shirts or something. Anyway, you guys, we're going to invite all of you to play along in the chats and comments by telling us the name of the song and the artist in a little game that we like to call Name That Tune. So we're going to do things a little different tonight. Normally, I put together a Name That Tune category and put together all the clues. This was prepared for me, so I get to play along tonight.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what these clues are, and I was actually given like 20 clues. So we'll go through a few of them because we're running a little over time.
Sure.
But we do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And fuck it, man. Facebook is
Dead to us.
They're dead to us. Dead to us. So you guys hanging with us on YouTube tonight, we love you. And we have some big news coming in the next couple of weeks. So definitely stay tuned for that. But tonight's category is, I guess it says 2000s. Just name that tune,
Okay.
the 2000s.
Okay, we stand a chance.
So I figured I would find one that was maybe easier for me because I never get to play this game. So
we've heard, you've told us.
Yeah, you've told us
You're
quite a few times.
so
Quit
repressed of
smiling.
excitement.
So this
God.
is kind of the honor system.
Yawn.
I put all the answers on this paper and folded it precariously so that I cannot see the answers.
The first
until I
game
fold
you get to
them
play
down.
and you rigged it so that you'd win.
I know. Well,
Wow.
come on, obviously.
Yeah, we'll see who
Right.
does
Anyway.
the best.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, we do invite you to play along. So without further ado, I guess I ought to mute this and then bring up this because that's how we do it. Here's the first clue in Name That Tune.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. You're Slim Shady's
My
Here it is one more time.
I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating someone.
All right.
I'm going to be like so close because I don't know if I know the actual track title as much as I probably know all the words to the song.
You know he's a Michigander.
Yes.
So I be
He's a real
knowing.
Michigander.
I drove by his house and with some of my friends he had. We were on our, herbal joyride. One
Yeah.
Joy.
you would
You were
like
drinking
drive around.
probiotic tea.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
drive around and
Yeah.
just herbal out with your friends and just drive around because when you
PG.
could drive,
Yeah.
that's what you did. Yeah. And we stumbled upon this big house in the middle of nowhere and we were like, what
And you jumped in their pool.
And then I was like, we need to rob this house.
Naturally.
But then we were too herbed up. So then we just looked it up and it was Eminem's house.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow, dude.
We just stumbled upon
but
Eminem's
before
house.
this, you would rob
I'm
houses.
sorry, I gave the clue away.
So we got we got
Okay.
drums
Only
and
one on
rums.
herbal tea.
They said Eminem, Slim Shady. Zaza said Slim Shady.
That was a long story.
Ashley said MM. Erica Brody said the real Slim Shady Eminem. I said Eminem. I'm Slim Shady.
Please stand up, which is wrong.
You're all wrong. It's actually called The Real Slim Shady.
The real
See,
Slim Shady.
that's what I'm saying.
Let
See,
me-
you know
now
stuff.
let me look at the answer here.
But my board
But
looks
please
more
stand up.
doper than their board
and
because I
please stand up
decorated it.
is good.
It is the real Slim Shady,
Yeah,
Jordan.
very nice, very
I had
good.
the CD.
Very
it was black
good.
and white with his house.
She's been
I think, I
watching
don't
the
know.
2000s MTV Palladia all day. That's what's been happening. She
Yeah.
prepared herself for this.
I'm ready.
Well, Todd in with Eminem as well, Slim Shady. All right, next clue. Here we go. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know this one. I was
This-
obsessed with these guys.
This song was a part of my "Fuck You" playlist. So I had a list of songs that I would play at restaurants when I didn't want to play there anymore, but I didn't have the energy to quit myself. So I played like a 30-minute set of songs to get kicked out of gigs,
Oh.
and this was on there.
Nice.
Can you play it one more time?
Here it is. We just have to be quiet here because
Oh, does it?
oh, you know what? I'm drawing a huge blank
Same.
on the artist.
I think I'm going to guess.
I can't look at the
Is that-
chats until I put my guess
Is
down.
that both? Do you need both for this?
I mean, yeah, it's
Okay.
preferred.
Okay. And then I'll quickly list off all the songs I would play to get fully kicked out of everywhere.
Awesome.
Oh shit! What is
Oh,
the name of
that's
this
not-
band?
That's not it. Okay. Yeah, don't look at the chats.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know their other song. They have another song called Aerials.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name. Of
I
the
have to say,
band.
my version of this was really quite dinner vibey. I don't understand why they didn't
I don't know
like
what the
it.
problem was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Chop Suey, but I don't know the name of the band.
Oh, well, you're
Dang.
correct on Chop Suey, System of a Down.
System of a Down, fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys were so good. I thought it sounded like mindless self-indulgence. Do
Wow. What?
you remember them? Stupid motherfuckers.
I don't remember that.
Erica said Chop.
Dang it. You could,
Chop
they would be on your
System
list.
of
The
a
Apple
Down,
list.
System of a Down, drums
You'd like
and
them.
rums.
I would do
Nice.
Bulls on Parade, which when you're screaming "Rally Round Your Family" with a pocket full of shells, definitely got people out of appetite for their mahi sandwich. Let me tell you.
I bet it did.
And then I would do "I Want to Be a Baller" by Lil Troy, and
Oh my
then I would do Korn. I would do what's the I'm coming undone today, and then I would do that, and it would get me kicked out, and it was so.
Would it be
awesome.
that order? Would you
That's
make it
amazing.
through that many?
Well, you know, I
usually,
didn't
or
want to
like-
get bored. I would do it a bunch of different ways. It
Oh,
just
okay,
depended.
so there wasn't like a pattern and then cut off.
Yeah, but it was a really hard fuck you. They understood exactly what I was doing when I
They
would
got
start
that.
it. You know, they
Fair
knew
enough.
exactly what was happening. Like,
Nice.
he does not want to be here anymore.
Todd said, "Not anything I would listen to by nobody I know." All right,
Fair
here's the
enough.
next clue.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more?
I love how, like, on my Instagram reels, every month there's like a new chick pop star from either the past or present that like just litters. And I don't like any of it. I never hit like or nothing. There's always a new one. Right now there's that Madison one. I don't know who that is.
I know this one.
You got to spell it right too.
I got it. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
You got to spell it right too, Deal.
Oh, that ain't happening. I have my own language that requires its own phonic.
Here it is one more time for you guys.
Phonic explanation.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more?
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, I said Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
A Canadian
look at you.
treasure.
Oh
Canadian
yeah, you
treasure.
nailed the Levine, dude.
Is that how you spell it?
I don't
Erica
know.
got it. Ashley got it.
I think.
Nice.
I don't think there's an I in it. I don't know.
Todd got it. Todd from TC Nightlife.
Nice.
Well
Did Zaza
done.
quit on this game?
No, he's here.
Oh, he's
Okay.
Here.
He got
All
it
right,
too.
All right.
Zaza
Gator
got it too.
spelled correctly, but
Don't quit, homie.
incorrectly.
There's no T.
Oh, there's no T.
There's no T in Avril.
Mm.
Oh,
All right.
damn.
Here's the next clue. We got a couple more.
Oh, right on. Tell Zaza, hey brother, look up the score of the Phoenix Suns game because that is a part that I have adopted. I have adopted my
you're
love
in
for
it.
basketball now.
If anybody knows the score of the Phoenix Suns game score, put it on the chat. for
Facebook
us.
really threw us off our time schedule here, so
They
I didn't
did.
get to catch the last of the game.
Got it. I think I sang this yesterday to you randomly, Brad.
You may have. Shit. I'm so bad with. You know what I've just realized?
You're
I'm
bad.
so bad with band
bad.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the hard part.
Oh my god, I said that, but I have the band name written down here.
You do.
I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm better at band names than I am song names.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, that makes me.
We're
need
perfect for
need
each
to
other.
think about the.
Me and you should hang
think
out
about the
more
title.
often.
Yeah, you guys complete the board together.
Yeah.
You got to rethink your whole strategy now. You're
I do.
backwards.
Yeah.
What the hell is the name of that song? Let's listen to it one more time.
Really weird start to the clip. It sounds like something else
Yeah.
right when it starts. I'm like, oh, what is that? Oh, I know what that is.
I think it's
True.
probably like the little piece of the last clip because it's all just run together.
Oh, okay.
Did you cheat, Brad?
No,
Well,
No,
the
no, no.
answers are right next to him.
I know, right?
I
Hannah?
can't believe
they're covered. I said White Stripes 7 Nation Army.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
Seven Nation Army.
Yeah,
The White
nice.
Stripes I put. I don't know who
Oh,
am
White
I.
Stripes.
You know?
It might be the.
You're not
Yeah.
the only
I think
one.
it's the.
Well, let's look.
I think he's correct.
Very. I need to come up with a better way.
The
to
better,
do
yeah.
this.
Yes,
We need,
that
some,
But I
can't-
mean, this is effective.
we need some flashcards.
You are correct. The White Stripes.
Boom. What's
Good
up?
Nice.
job.
I
Very
saw them at the what's the song? Blue Orchid. I saw that tour
Oh, yeah.
at the Fox Theater in St. Louis, and to say he wasn't incredibly inspirational as a performer that night would be a huge lie. Like I never
Really?
really tried to play that kind of music, not really. Like it was never my intention, but how he moved and what he did on stage was just fucking incredible.
Wow.
And it was still just him and her. Him and the chick, him and Meg White. It was incredible, man. And it was so beautiful there. And he just put on the best show for just a dude and a drummer. It was incredible, man. And just
How
his
fun.
energy, it was awesome.
You
He
know,
was so cool.
My sister said the same thing about what are those guys' names?
21 Pilots.
21 Pilots.
Oh, I bet.
Same deal. Drummer, and I think the guy's just a multi-instrumentalist, the other guy. But she said it blew her mind.
When I was piecing together Lemon Water, I was thinking about them a lot. From
Yeah.
like a sonic standpoint. From just I kind of wanted to feel like
we're gonna play Lemon Water in a little bit. That song's so good.
Wait, who were you thinking about? 21 Pilots?
21
Oh,
Pilots.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, not like from what they talk about or how they do anything. I don't know why. I was just thinking about them a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I just kind of wanted, I wanted, if their song came on and mine came on afterward, I wanted it to feel like it
was
was
a nice-
okay.
nice
Yeah.
mix.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It was natural.
Yeah. It was all right.
Taking
Nice.
everybody's name down that's playing. You have those
Yes, I
comments
am.
up there? Okay, perfect. Let's do two more.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Let's do two more.
Yeah, this is fun. I get to play. This is
Oh,
fucking
man.
wild.
It's so good that you're finally getting
I
yours.
know.
I
We're
know.
including
So
you
good.
finally.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
you
here's the
poor
next
thing.
clue,
He's
you
made
sons
it.
of
I bet you
bitches.
don't have your own bar next to you either.
That would be a lie.
Ah.
Is this the Q-Tip song from Hitch?
Here it is one more time without us interrupting.
From the game, she was singing in my ear. You would think that she knew me.
God, I used to slated Homecoming on this.
I said yeah by Ursher.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, Brad. I know you're excited that you got to play, but I wasn't even ready.
You gotta calm down. You gotta wait for the chat to catch up.
Yeah, dude.
And then
Listen,
calm down.
Who writes the checks here? That's what I want to know.
Hey, well, guess what? Then you know what my answer was? Usher and Lil Jon. Yeah, that's what my answer was too. Okay.
I want to know who cuts the checks because I need to get one.
Honestly,
same.
I wrote Usher and Lil Jon. I couldn't remember the name though.
Yeah, and Luda. Don't forget Luda.
Oh my
Luda.
God! Let me
Watch
tell
out,
you,
my outfit's
word
ridiculous.
of mouth. Word of mouth is my jam.
I could probably rap that entire rap portion.
Oh my God!
Luda's rap portion.
I could probably rap the entirety of
Same.
word of mouth.
Oh dang! Let's
I got
go.
game on that one, dude.
Luda's great.
Yeah, not after like 2007. Then he was not.
Well, that was pretty much when I stopped listening to
Yeah, the
hip-hop.
minute he got into Fast and Furious, it's like, we're really happy for you, brother, but like, keep making music. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Not that he was a bad actor. I didn't think he was a bad actor. I'm just saying he actually stopped making cool music, and I was upset.
That's true.
You know, that's my opinion. Word of mouth, chicken and beer.
I think like after Move,
Everybody nailed it in
Like,
the chat room there too.
Yeah.
Zaza, yeah, Usher.
he was done.
I did not get
Erica,
yeah.
it was not in the club by 50 Cent. That's okay though.
He's so cool. I want to cover Many Men.
Drums and Rum said Ursher.
Wish death upon me. 50 Cent.
Oh,
Many, many, many men. Yeah,
I don't know that one.
I'm gonna. It's on the list, dude.
Do it.
50.
I'm writing it down.
All right, here's one more.
That was a jam.
I never knew how many. You know what? I never liked that song.
Really?
I never knew. There were so many of my friends in high school that started liking that song, like quoting it. I was like, all right, I don't know if I can.
But what was it called?
Hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
I got it. I think.
Now you hold your horses here, Brad.
Yeah.
I'm holding them. I won't put my card up until you guys are ready.
Yeah.
But what was
Yeah,
the
let
name
us
of the
go
song?
first.
Yeah. Damn, I don't
Let
remember.
Deal
the
go
name.
first. He's the guest for.
Hang on, I just
Golly's
don't
sake.
remember. Damn.
Fine.
I know all these bands. It's the name of the songs. Hang on.
I'm ready. I'm locked in. Boop.
Can I hear it one more time?
Sure. Where's my mouse?
Oh my God. I swear I can't remember the name. I got nothing. I'll let Brad do it.
Okay. So I'm not sure if this is 100% right, but I'm going to say Fall Out Boy Sugar.
And what did you say, Deal?
Nothing. Just the band
You
name.
said
I
Fall
know
Out
it's
Boy.
Fall Out Boy. Fall
And
Out Boy.
I said, Sugar, we're going down.
Sugar,
Oh
we're
my
going
God.
down.
Yeah.
But
what
I don't
did we
know.
got on the chats here? Fallout, we're going down, swinging, Fall Out Boy. Sugar, we're going down, Fall Out Boy. All right, let's see what the answer is.
No
here.
score to the basketball game. Thanks.
Yeah, right. No one came
Thanks,
through
bro.
with that. Haters gonna hate.
It is Sugar, we're going down. Jordan.
You got game, girl.
Nice.
Girls got game.
Okay, I was a teenager in the 2000s, so like your girl is on it. Let's keep
So
going.
was I, but I was high.
Do you want to do another one? I have 20 clues on this
Watermelon
paper.
sugar.
my
Did you want to do another one, Jordan?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right, let's do
That
one
was
more.
kind of fun.
This is kind of fun.
She's like, I'm winning. This is so much
Yeah,
fun.
this is the first time I've ever won at this game.
kind of fun
so.
to play along. All right, here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit. What was the name of that song? Oh, man.
So many people
Maybe
hate
it's one
on
more
them. I
time.
don't understand.
I don't think this is the name of the song. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I could see the name in my head, but I don't understand English.
Well, I didn't mean to show you mine.
I know. It's like, wait, are we comparing? Him?
No, I'm just like always comfortable in my space. I just always make mine. I'm just like, would anyone be stealing my information right now?
Oh, you got copied on a lot in school. didn't
No
you?
cheating on
They
the test.
copied
here.
off the wrong guy, man.
Well, I don't have the song name, but I do have the artist.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah,
Same.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Jordan, you.
Is it called Tell?
I don't know.
My God, maybe I'm just thinking about it too
Fuck.
much.
Let's see. Let's
We
look
have to
at
go
that.
till you guys get one right. God. this
I
is
got one right. I got the
embarrassing.
White Stripes right.
Yeah, and the System of the Down.
That's right.
That's
Damn,
true.
Jordan,
Is
you
that
got
right?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's keep
Tell
going.
me, baby.
Let's keep going till I get one wrong.
Oh my God.
Actually,
Oh
I
my
got
God.
System of a Down wrong. So
Well, we're still over time anyway. We might as well do another one. All
Yeah,
right.
do one more. Yeah.
There we go. For Jordan.
we're going on a marathon here. We started late.
Yes.
Got this too.
Oh, okay. I got this one.
I don't think I got any of that.
Oh my God. Dyslexic. Okay. I think I'm ready. Here it is one more time.
Suicidal when they say it's over.
By the way,
What
the
happened to
chat
him?
room rocking and rolling with Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Tell Me Baby. I don't know. I think he's still out there doing things.
Let's see.
Did you say the name?
No.
Did you say it out loud?
No. I was having a thought.
Oh.
Oh,
and
God.
now
I
she's
felt like-
now
I
she's
felt
in
like
the
that's
I was like,
so
I hope you
Raven.
did so I can write it down real quick because I don't even know what this is.
What did you say?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody ready here? What did you have?
Over. I don't know what
Over?
that song is.
I had Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls.
That's it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, or
Or I did
Beautiful
Beautiful
Girl.
Girl.
Man, you guys are cool.
No, I think you're
What was I
right. Beautiful
doing?
Girl. I think that's the answer. Nice.
Damn.
Damn, I crushed the 2000s.
You did, Kristen. You prepared for this.
crushed it.
You were
It's
like,
okay.
you
The
studied all week, probably.
there's a million categories.
all that Britney
All
research.
the Britney talk, brought
Yeah.
me back to
Yeah,
my
dude.
feels,
Yeah.
to my roots.
Thank you guys for playing Name That Too.
Oh my God. Very
Yeah.
nice job, everybody.
We're only
Good
doing
job.
2000s from now
From now on,
on. Period.
because Jordan knows how to do it.
That's all I know.
Well, you guys, we're going to very quickly get through our midweek motivation segment. So take some notes because this is your midweek motivation. Question mark. Thank you. Settle down. Settle down. So, you guys, I was posed a question over the weekend, and it really made me think. So, I've decided to share my thoughts about it tonight on Midweek Motivation. The question was, are you living for your resume, or are you living for your eulogy? My initial knee-jerk reaction was I'm kind of living for both, really, you know? But then I let it simmer for a while. The truth is, I talk a lot about being motivated and productive, and that is all well and good. But another thing that is super important is to make sure that you're creating equity with the universe in everything that you do. Sounds deep, I know. Continue to slay and rack up those accolades, but be sure to do it with a positive purpose. And remember to take time to spend with your loved ones, nature, and yourself outside of work.
Why do you look at me at the nature part? Because my
Look.
hiking bit.
The hiking, yeah.
I know it's not easy. And I know that it's very easy to get caught up in the rat race. And sometimes that's okay and even exciting. But finding the balance between a conquering spirit and a nurturing selflessness is the key to living a full life. Inspire every day. I'm Brad Brock, and this has been your Midweek Motivation.
That was very nice. I enjoyed that.
Very good, Brad.
Thank you.
I philosophize with my close friends pretty much every day. So
It's
that was
good.
a good one. I like that one.
It's very important to do. Well, you guys, coming up next, we're going to get you with our shameless plugs. But first, let's listen to Lemon Water.
My
Okay.
favorite song.
We're going to put that on, and we're going to talk a little bit about Lemon Water here.
I like to see how high I can go when I sing it.
Yes.
You know, gotta hit the high notes.
Do you hit the notes?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I
good.
got a squeaky mouse voice.
So do I guess.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it.
the baritone takes over the whole mix.
My mama said, baby, you like to be alone, but then I said, you know how I love your little lessons. My daddy said,
I was listening to a lot of Thundercat also.
But don't forget,
Really?
Yeah.
he had to fight
For this
water
one
with
and Something
affection.
to Be Right About.
Everybody wants someone
It's
to
a lot of
love.
Thundercat.
Everybody wants someone to love. Everybody wants someone to love. Everybody wants someone to love.
Really talented bass player. He did a lot of tracks with Mac Miller.
I love Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, so I know him. I have to know him.
Yeah.
Peanut butter jelly, where's my other
It's
half?
stuck in my head all night. Ugh.
That's right. Only
Terrible.
crank out hits.
So, when I listened to this initially, I got major Harry Styles
Yeah.
vibes, and I thought that if Harry was doing this song, it would be a #1 hit on the. Not to say that it doesn't deserve to be, but just
Yeah.
with his name attached to it,
Yeah.
it'd be on the top of the
Now,
charts.
was Watermelon Sugar already out? Because I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't
that
think so.
All
I think
right.
it
So
was-
he took the whole food and
Let me
thing
see.
from me.
Maybe.
Could be.
You're owed something.
That's right. That's right.
Let me see what
That's
it
IP.
Somebody told me that Watermelon Sugar is about
2019.
cunning linguists.
Connolly.
Cunning linguists.
Yes. Yeah. It's funny. I wrote this for this chick that worked at this one of the spots I played, and I remember I finished it and I was really excited about it, and I was just like, no girl could ever tell you're singing about her right now, bro. There's no part of this song that's directed at
Individual.
an.
Yeah.
I was like, you're so stupid. You know, like guys are so dumb. I wrote this song for this chick, and it's like, is nothing. No chick could ever like relate. Like say, this is about me. Like none of them are gonna feel like that.
So was she
Like, you're
the
an idiot.
chips or the salsa?
Yeah, or the peanut butter. Or
Obviously, you weren't
jellies.
paying attention, bro. It's the combination of the both, which equals together, which equals love.
So I think it. Yeah, we get it.
I think she was Mexican. So, I mean, probably.
So she was the salsa.
That helps. The spicy salsa.
You know you had somebody to love. You know you had somebody to love. Salt and pepper, lemon water, peanut butter jelly.
So this is Aaron Howard really mixed. He really mixed. Like this was pretty much his mix.
Yeah.
I sent him, a version, and he pretty much did it again from scratch.
Dude, it's crazy good.
It's favorite.
Right
Yeah.
on. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I like the comparisons.
I would,
It's so fun to sing.
I would say that this is my favorite song, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it's my favorite off the EP because I've been listening to it for so long, and it's like in my soul. We actually spin it on our radio station, our internet radio station.
Oh, cool.
It plays all the time.
Right on, man.
Yep.
And so I hear it all the time. But this, and then Say the Right Thing.
Something to be right about.
Something to rewrite.
Yeah, I did. That's why I did the STBRA, because I was like, this is easier to do it like that.
Yeah, not for me.
Oh.
But I love that track too. We'll play that too.
I think this is one of those songs that the more you listen to it, too, it's like,
It's an earworm, man.
yeah, the more you're like,
That's so cool.
okay,
I'm glad.
this
I'm glad.
is-
I'm
you know,
really
like the
happy
first
that.
couple times you're like, and
Right.
you're like, oh, yeah, this is it.
I'm just really
This is
stoked
it.
people
It grows
can-
on you. It's so good.
Relate and or just vibe with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm
Yeah, if
100%
you can't
here
bop
for
your
it.
head
Yeah.
back and forth to it, it's like
Yeah.
impossible not
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
No, something to be right about was actually I finally did find a lane to talk about what was going on, in the world, like in everybody's angst and opinion and all of it. That actually was finally, kind of getting to a point of I can talk about what's going on without actually talking about it, without it actually pissing anybody off, and was still hitting the point, which is that everybody really, right now it seems, the last couple of years, no one really cares about anybody else. They don't even care about facts. They just care about like, I just want to win this argument.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
It's so
Very clever. Yeah.
it's it's very relevant.
Yeah.
Because I do find that a lot of times when you talk with somebody, it is that reaction. They just
lot.
they just want to say
A
what they
lot.
want to say.
Yeah.
And they have no interest in seeking to understand what you're saying. And I'm very much the latter. Like if you're telling me something that I don't agree with, I'm going to hear you out because maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Not that I doubt myself, but maybe I am wrong.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what you have to say. And
Or not even wrong,
Yeah.
just missing something. I don't
Sure.
think anyone's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
unless like
I'm definitely like a
you know,
heavier
like-
hand on like, I do think I'm right. I like to be right.
Sure.
But my thing is kind of like prove me wrong. Like if you get me wrong, then I'm wrong. Then it's fine. But like if you're sitting there all like kind of like, oh, okay, then I'm just kind of like,
somebody
all right, well,
feeds
I'm
me
right then, so
something-
shut up,
when somebody gives me something that I don't agree with, but I'm not educated on, I'm very open to say, listen, man, it sounds interesting, but I don't have the information to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But let's put a pin in it. I'm going to go research and we'll come back and we'll talk.
Exactly.
But let's play that song and you can tell us about it while it's going.
So this one I was listening to a boatload of Thundercat. Like,
Clearly, if you listen to that bass
all
line.
the thunder.
It's fucking sexy, dude.
Somebody flipped me off while driving cause they were speeding. Then a kid talk shit cause I'm not on TikTok. A man says if you don't like it, you should be leaving. And then I figured out what everybody wants.
so yeah, I really just wanted to talk about situationally, where people could relate to somebody telling them that they know better than them or some situation of that. Just kind of describe things that are a little lighter hearted than what was going on in the world at the time. Between politics and between civil rights and between all this other shit. Like,
Right.
you
Well,
wanted
we were talking about this earlier. And you
Exactly.
were like, I wanted to write something that wasn't so like in your face.
exactly. I wanted to touch it. I wanted to touch it without being on it and about it.
Yeah. Touch the butt.
Yeah, exactly. This song was also fun producing it too because the sounds I was able to find in the synth right at the chorus, like a brush snare comes on, and then I threw this like ridiculous reverb at it, and it like turned it into like this like kind of paintbrush where it like takes over the whole mix as a brush, but it fills out the whole space of a chorus, and there's not really anything musical happening. It's just like a white noise almost, and it totally worked.
Let me know when it comes up.
Okay, I will.
To be forever young and leave something for your children. To be the envy of
The
your
bass fucking
neighbors.
slams on these tracks, dude.
Thanks,
I'm very impressed,
Thanks,
man.
dude. Thanks, man.
I'm looking forward to listening to this in the car.
Right. Okay, what I'm talking about is coming.
In a house of cards. Something to be right about. Validate your feelings. Something to be right about.
It's kind of touching the back, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fills the space.
Yeah.
Keeps you healing. Something to be right about.
Which I think is important when we're kind of all in the younger stages of doing this. There's so many things going on in professional mixes, and I don't know what they are.
Right.
I'm just trying to like do my version of what I think is going on.
Sure, yeah.
There's always something going on in the background and you're just like never bored.
Dude.
And it's not something that takes over. You're just like, this isn't a normal thing. This isn't like a home recording. Like,
Yeah.
so I really wanted to keep trying to add shit in the back to make it feel like
Well, it's
this is
wild.
a real thing.
It's like it's not like somebody's doodling on a guitar or like doing some tasty licks. I
It's
guess
just
that's
something.
the pop version of like licks.
Yeah.
Is using
It's something.
sounds and pads and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you listen to like JT's Bringing Sexy Back, it's just a bass line and the kick in his voice. There's a bunch of shit going on in there that isn't really melodic or
It's all
doing
percussive.
anything, but it just is keeping the song going, but not from vocals or instrumentation. It's just driving everything forward, and that's like kind of what I was trying to do. You know what I mean?
Track's great.
Thanks, man.
Keeps you dreaming.
That was definitely one
So
where my
good.
musician friends were like, okay. And I was like, sweet. I got you.
Win.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah.
Nice.
Really, really good. Well, you guys.
So wait, are we gonna go over in Shameless Plugs how we get a little like hands on this little EP?
Oh yeah. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't want to jump the gun.
Since
but
you're
I'm excited.
Since you're there, Jordan, what are we about to do?
This is our Shameless Plugs.
And as usual, we will turn the floor over to our special guest, Deal James. Give us all your shameless plugs. We'll reiterate where we can see you, and where we can find the record, and anything else that we need to know to go and check out and whatnot.
I definitely promote most of my stuff, and from a daily aspect on my Instagram, which is at DealJames, and then DealJames.com has just more information about where I'm at every day. I definitely need to expand. There needs to be more expansion. I did open up my Snapchat the other day. I got YouTube Premium, just so I could listen to podcasts and stuff like that and be able to close it. There's always so much more you can do. There's always so many more plugs and stuff, but you can download the EP on and it's called Guest Rooms and Foldy Chairs, and you can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, on all the streaming services. And then I think you can still buy it on iTunes. I need to put it on Bandcamp, so it'll be Deal James is at bandcamp.com/DealJames. I believe that one would be.
Not to derail you, but Bandcamp is such a great service because
they give you straight the money.
Because they get the money, the majority of the money goes straight to the artist.
Exactly.
And it's a great place to buy independent music.
Yeah.
Bandcamp.com. Check out any local artist in any town, anywhere, probably has their music on Bandcamp. So buy it from there or buy it directly from their website.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be in Florida for the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to go back to Phoenix. And then I'm going to go to New York. And then I'm going to do whatever I want. So that's as shameless as I can be right now.
That's pretty shameless.
Pretty shameless. Jordan, any shameless plugs over there?
I feel like I'm supposed to have one because didn't we talk about this?
What?
Oh, never mind. No, I don't know. I thought I was like, no, I don't know.
Wow.
Nothing. Wow.
You are a tortured soul over there.
I thought that we had talked about this. I was like, I'm going to talk about that on Shameless Plugs this week. Remember this conversation?
I don't.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Yeah. Is it about was it about Roku?
I don't know. No.
Good. Well.
No, but anyway, we'll take it away, Brad.
All right. Well, then it comes to me.
Yes.
Well, you guys, of course, as always, thank you so much for tuning in live with us on Facebook, YouTube, or JNC Radio. Of course, Facebook is down, and that means JNC Radio is down. Right. So thank you for tuning in with us on YouTube tonight. Again, please follow, subscribe, and share. If you're not tuning in live, we broadcast each Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the aforementioned platforms. So come and check out a live show. It's a lot of fun. And again, thank you guys for moving over to YouTube with us. I know a couple of you were hollering at us about Facebook not working. And you made it to YouTube. So thank you. Shout out to our sponsors and partners at Code Rum, Hop Life Brewing, Todd and Laura at tcnightlife.com, the best entertainment calendar on the Treasure Coast. The Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stewart, Treasure Coast Entertainment, Parklet Films, Paul at the Drums and Rums podcast, and Drizzly. Let me know if you'd like to become a sponsor of the show by sliding in to my DMs. Speaking of JNC Radio, JNC Radio is spinning tons of local music mixed with the best indie and throwback tunes, and the JNC Replay each weekday morning at 8 a.m. Find JNC Radio at live365.com or get their free mobile app. Speaking of mobile apps, go get the JNC Podcast mobile app. It is free on your favorite app store.
Fancy.
You can listen to the podcast. You can catch up on the episodes. You can listen to JNC Radio. You can check out our entertainment calendar powered by tcnightlife.com and so much more. Get it now on the App Store or Google Play. I have a couple shows coming up this week, just a few. Tomorrow night, I will be at Manatee Island in Fort Pierce at 5:30 p.m. That is, of course, July 15th. in case you're watching this show or listening to it well into the future. You've already missed it then. But Friday on July 16th, I will be at the Vine and Barley in Port St. Lucie at 9 p.m. Saturday afternoon, I will be at Costa de Este Beach Resort in Vero Beach at 2 p.m. And rounding out my work week, I will be at the Sneaky Tiki on Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. So come and say hi. Check me out. You can also catch the Johnny Ringo Show Sundays at 5 p.m. on Facebook Live or on JNC Radio. He has a very handsome co-host, so you should go and check that out. This has been my Shameless Plug. And now the time has come. I don't know. Well, I think we are coming to the end of our night. I know.
It's only been 3 hours. Yeah. What more do you want, girl?
4?
I feel like tonight's been a little off kilter, just because of the snafu with Facebook earlier.
Right. Yeah.
And the truth is, I don't even think we were put that far behind. I think we were only like 10 minutes behind.
As most of my inner circle would say, I talk a lot.
No, but it's great because sometimes we have guests that don't.
Yeah.
And the shows are over very, very quickly. Not that they're not great. We get to know a lot of really, really cool artists locally and otherwise. But it is fun to have deep diving conversations.
Get nuts.
And man, talk about Britney Spears and that whole nonsense.
That hit really hard, you know?
It did.
Yeah.
I just don't feel right about it.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, we'll keep up on it. We'll do much more discussions of pop topics, pop culture topics on the Jordy Files. We'll make sure to make that a thing.
Pop tart.
Right on.
Pop tart ticks. Anyway.
I tried.
Well, you guys, as I mentioned, the time has come to say goodnight. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in live here on YouTube tonight. We really appreciate you again making the switch over and hanging with us. Thank you, of course, to Ms. Jordan Taylor.
Thank you.
And our special guest, Mr. Deal James.
Prayer hands, hard eyes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Prayer hands, hard eyes.
Get out there and catch one of his shows over the next couple of weeks here. Next week on the show, we have guitarist Vaughn Jackson with special guest Joe Roy Jackson here in the lounge. So a little bit of blues royalty here in the Legendary JNC Lounge next week. Very excited about that. Until then, my friends, keep hustling. But remember to also live for your eulogy. Drink some water, support local, and stay safe out there. Broadcasting live from the Legendary JNC Lounge, I'm Brad Brock. Good night.